Hey, hey. Good evening. Thanks, Resub Fobsy. No, I haven't seen Saltburn. I'll probably watch it at some point, I'm sure. Look into the COD Challengers team. Isn't that the thing I... Thanks for the resub, August. Isn't that the thing I was seeing headlines about today? About, like, a huge disaster of trying to get in there? Or am I misremembering? Thanks for resub, Grant. That might have been the actual CDL, because of the huge buy-in and lack of real support. And then also having to pay to run your own tournaments. Thanks for resub, Tony, Teeny, and Moist. And the 5 gift subs, Karma. Thanks, Karma. I think it was just the CDL. It might not have been Challengers. And no, I haven't been watching GDQ. I'm sure it was a good run, though. Thanks to Resub, Treefitty, and Ballskin. And Sheep in Tier 1 COD. Oh, what the fuck? Jesus Christ, Michael. Congrats on your big wins. Good work. Thank you for the generosity. Thanks to the membership skywalking. You see Gordon Ramsay finally addressed the grilled cheese sandwich on Mythical. Oh, I forgot to watch that. Yeah, chat told me about it a couple nights ago and forgot to watch it. I mean, we talked about the verbalase stuff. We went over it. There's a Prime Candy K's. And I just didn't feel like watching the Bucks game. I think they have a 0% chance of winning. Thanks to the Prime back. Happy birthday, Breezy. My dad will keep me updated on the Bucks game. And usually like a couple months nuclear, but we're going to try and speed that up. Thanks to Prime Xanthire and Resub Sailor. No update on it yet, Maniac. Thanks to Resub Mohiru. Hold on, a quick text message. You just reminded me of something. Not necessarily about the Bucks game, though. Okay. Thanks for 5 gifts subs, Sailor Boy. And I'm doing alright, Dre. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I appreciate that. Well, thanks, Eli. It's nice to meet you then. Thanks for your sub, Logan, the anonymous gift sub. Oh, I saw all of it, Plague. Yeah, of course. I saw it all. And thanks again, Michael. What is... Wait, what? Oh, the Predator Poachers guys? I know who you're talking about, Michael. Yeah, I've seen those. Thanks to the membership, Kin. Yeah. Thanks to Prime Bannon and Cat. That's the... Yeah. It's not the same guy that makes them play a game, right? Before calling the cops. I think that's someone else. Thanks to Prime Kitten and Mustang. And the Tier 1 Noodles and the gift sub chill. I'm sorry to hear that, Javon. It'll get easier. I don't have any advice, but it will get easier with time. Is it Prime Glock? We doing any giveaways tonight? Probably tomorrow. Either tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm still trying to figure out like a more fun way of doing it. Congrats on your first surfboard, Ben. Thanks to Tier 1 Elvin. Thanks to give sub ooze. All of his songs are good, Josh. Of course Larry's is good too. And yeah, we talked about the 2 Arkansas men that got arrested for the bulletproof vest stuff. Has verbalase said anything about the has-been fan animation yet? No, still nothing yet. Thanks, resub Sammy. Apparently some 9-year-old got bullied at school because they brought a fake Stanley Cup. I saw that Dexerto headline. I'm telling you, man, those Stanleys are serious business. And that sounds about right. Mothman's absolutely got crazy cheeks. Have you seen Hamster Hunter? It's the new PETA game. They released a new game? It's been a while since they made a game.
My game where you torture hamsters is releasing in under 24 hours. And I just added this new machine. Tell me what you think.
Okay. I'm not playing that game with you, TikTok. Thanks to Prime Motion and Nate. Is there a YouTube video of it yet? Because right now I'm getting his TikToks. Thank you for the generosity, Michael. Yeah, like I said, I know who you're talking about. There's another group that makes them play a game, but I do know that what you're talking about. Why is it all TikTok? Yeah, here we go. Is this it? Thanks, resub JMac. I don't understand. What is this even supposed to be? Is it on Steam? Like, is it up now? I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm wishing you the absolute best of luck, Jonathan. Thanks for the resub, Montoya. And cigarette. Let me check Steam to see if this game is available. It's been a while since I played a PETA game. Yeah, here it is. I'm assuming it's this, right? I'm a huge fan, T. Thanks to Prime Bad. It's based on a true story, by the way. Of someone who just tortured and killed hamsters? Jordan loves you, Lucy. God bless. And I'm still on Fishman Island Arc in One Piece because it's trash. This can't be the right one. Because I feel like it would have had PETA's logo somewhere on it. Are you sure? Because I don't see anything about this being a PETA game. This seems like someone just made a meme project and then people ran with it being PETA.
My game where you torture hamsters is releasing in under 24 hours. And I just added this new machine. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, this is not like an official PETA game. Well, thank you, Kate. Appreciate the kind words. It's not PETA, it was made to make fun of them. Gotcha. Thanks, resub Freeze. Thanks, Danny. I did not see that video, Arsonist. Nothing in particular, CJ. Just tried to capture that old vibe from the early 2000s for that track. There's an article that someone made as a joke that if you wear an extra finger as a ring, all evidence will be dismissed because it will look like AI. Kind of big brain. That's pretty good. Ooh, thank you for the huge gift sub drop, Dong. Appreciate that. Thanks to the resub bands. Hope you've been enjoying Glorb Chop. Thanks, Arthur. Thanks for your resub, Garnome. Thanks, Resub Honey. You hear about the CEO of Hyperverse, a $1.3 billion rug pull, was a paid actor who only got paid $5K for his role. Someone mentioned that like a week ago about the CEO being fake, and I forgot to look into it. So it was another crypto scam? Thanks to Resub Ta and the Prime Yagami. Let me see. Chief executive of collapsed crypto fund Hyperverse does not appear to exist. Steve Reese Lewis was introduced to investors with an impressive list of qualifications and achievements, but no organization cited can find any record of him. Thanks to Membership Whiskey. And thank you for the 50, Mario. I've never even heard of Hyperverse, so I don't understand how this was a $1.3 billion crypto fund. Where does that money even come from? What kind of fucking idiots are still buying into this in 2024? Thanks, Nui. And probably not tonight, Hamuno. Oh, you were the one that made the Hamster Hunter game. I recognize the name. And I've not played it yet. La? Not yet. A Guardian Australia investigation last month revealed thousands of people have lost millions of dollars to the Hyperverse crypto scheme, which was promoted by an Australian entrepreneur, Sam Lee, and his business partner, Ryan Zhu, two of the founders of the collapsed Australian Bitcoin company, Blockchain Global. How many times are you going to get scammed by scammers? What the fuck? They said it was so good, I think I'll try it a second time. And it worked. What about second breakfast? How? How do people keep falling for this? That is incredible. And it's the Bucks spooter, but I don't really keep up with the Bucks. My dad keeps me updated. Thanks for you, some Toasty, so I don't really watch. What's that, Mario? Thanks for you, sub pro. Yeah, it's a shame that what happened to Multiversus. Very fun game, but withered and died. They let it stagnate. They were established by Sam Lee, once dubbed the Crown Prince of Bitcoin. Ugh, cringe. And Ryan Zhu, who has promoted himself as one of China's 4 Bitcoin kings. The pair are two of the founders of the collapsed Australian Bitcoin company, Blockchain Global. It was put into administration in 2021 and owes creditors $58 million. So then this whole scheme with Hyperverse sounds like a way of paying that back. In October, the liquidator for Blockchain Global said in a publicly available report that last year he had referred Lee and Zhu to the Australian Securities and Investments Commission, alleging that they may have contravened the Corporations Act. They now reside overseas, and he was unable to effect service of the summons on them. That's incredible. And they've been doing it since 2018. I don't know what that is. What is that, Drew? And yeah, we talked about verbalase has-been hotel porn video. Softcore video. It's not even really porn. And yeah, we talked about Viper the Rapper. Thanks, Resub Saturn. Yeah, like I said, we already went over the verbalase stuff. I mean, I guess we can do it again. But there's not a whole lot to say. It's just super cringe. Oh, it's this short film. My bad, Mario. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, let me pull that up again. Okay, here. Short film inspired by Skin, art exhibition by Mario Rodriguez, fall 2024. I'll watch that after stream. Okay, so let's see about this Hyperverse situation then. Lee has denied Hyperverse was a scam and disputes being its founder. Guardian Australia has not been able to contact Zhu for comment A man named Steve Reese Lewis was introduced as No, that's the actor. With video messages support from a clutch of celebrities released on Twitter the following month, including from Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak and actor Chuck Norris. No shot. Well, that's not surprising. He was also in crime boss Rockay City, so I feel like Chuck Norris is just going on the world tour of accepting anything. So what did it say it was going to do? What made people buy into this? I don't know if I'll play a new Prince of Persia game. It looks good from what I've seen. Thanks to Prime. Baka. And Souls-like is my favorite genre. Bucks are winning against the Eagles in the playoffs right now. It won't last long. They're not going to win. Thanks for some cloaked. And yeah, I love Blue Eye Samurai. I've recommended it highly. So where did you find that this guy was a actor from Fiverr, or an actor that got paid $5K? Investors in Hyperverse were able to buy memberships with a minimum return of 0.5% a day, with a 300% return over 600 days. Incentives were also offered for recruiting new members. The launch video included a 5-minute presentation near the beginning from a Hyperverse compliance officer on the terms and conditions of becoming a member, saying it was a globally compliant company while warning that there was a risk of loss for those involved. A report from the US-based blockchain analyst Chain Analysts estimates consumer losses to Hyperverse in 2022 amounted to 1.3 billion. Okay, it was 2022. I thought this was brand new. Oh, sweet. Thanks. Vitaly. And no, I'm not watching the Bucks game. They're gonna fucking lose! They don't stand a chance! But God bless. Go Bucks. I hope they win. I just don't see it happening. Thanks to Prime Alvin, the membership Jakey. It's $13.00. That means nothing! Thanks to Prime Beer. Nothing! Thanks to Prime Chewy in theory. Rest in peace to anyone that lost money here. And heartbreaks for the actor who I guess had no idea. Of course I know about Postal. It's a huge series. And sleep well, Jonathan. Wishing you luck. Thanks for the tier 2 mint and the resub gray. And have a good night, Riddlers. Who do you want in the Super Bowl? At this point, just give me the Texans. I'd love to see the Texans win. He's a prime captain, the resub Aiden. I was pulling for the Browns, but we saw how that unfolded. Pistons W today. What a day. These are 5 gifted members, Jakey. The gift sub mint. Resub Ryonics. Alright, we'll talk more about verbalase again, I guess. There's just not a whole lot to say. It's just a load of cringe. For those that don't know, verbalase is a big YouTuber known for cartoon beatbox battles that I'm sure a lot of people are at least loosely familiar with because these are very popular. And a couple days ago, it came out that he commissioned a piece of art, an animation that was a little too spicy to post on his channel, which is clearly family oriented. And then eventually the video itself leaked, and then like Discord talking about it. And the video is him as a self-insert being stalked and pursued by Charlie from Has-Been Hotel. And then it gets into like softcore porn territory where she ties him up and takes his clothes off, and then it like censors his wiener and stuff. And he paid $50K for it, which apparently like bankrupted his channel. He was apparently asking for money for his channel not too long ago, so people are connecting the dots that he spent way too much money on this animation, and it has dreadfully affected his channel. Thanks to give sub Alabonjo and resub Zap. And enjoy the movie, Lucas. And the resub Zavala. But was it worth it? Nope, the animation is... Like, it's not bad animation by any means, but he overpaid. We actually talked about it on the podcast today. Apparently, Has Been Hotel, like the actual show, it would have cost him $11,000 to make that animation if he paid the same amount that Has Been Hotel animators are paid. And he paid over 4 times that for this fucking animation. And it is not nearly up to snuff with the official. But it's not bad, but it's not $50K worth. And there's also no titties, there's no nudity at all. It's truly worthless. And he sunk all of his money into it, it sounds like. I'll pull up a piece of it. I can't show like the ending here, but I'll at least pull up the beginning where it's still clothed. Where can I find the full upload? Oh, here it is. Nope, that's not it. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. DMCA. I'm not going to play the music. I'm going to mute it. Okay, here. Nope, that's not it. What happened? Has he been taking it down? Okay, here it is. Probably has been actually DMCAing it, to be fair, though. Like, bro didn't even get porn. I know, it just seems like if you're going to pay $50K for a self-insert fanfic, you might as well go whole hog with it. Nudity, get real deep in it. Real into the nitty-gritty. So just... It's so fucking bad to waste that much money on it for this. And at the cost of his own YouTube channel for it. I guess Schultz. Still a huge waste, and it's rough. Thanks to Tier 1 Eric. Glorb is hype, but have you seen Boy What's content? I actually just saw Boy What's content after reading the comments. Boy What has a song called Neon Tide, which is incredible. So yeah, Boy What is fantastic. Even Vibsy Pop saw the animation, became uncomfortable. Yeah, she posted a response saying, oh, what was it? Smiling on the outside, but internally saying, what the fuck? Or something like that. I can't quite recall. As someone who does weird art as a side gig, it's possible he paid the artists. Bro, this shit is weird tax. Maybe. That's something we speculated on too. That maybe they just weren't really gung-ho to do this, so they just gave him an outrageous price to take on the work, and he said, bet, I'll do it. And they're like, oh shit, okay, whatever, we'll do it. Thanks to Tier 1 red line. And not yet, Ulal, I haven't played the new one. Thanks to the membership arrow. I did not hear about that arrow. Thanks to the Prime Lava. To be fair, I've seen worse animation ideas. Yeah, but usually they're not that expensive and they don't have such a detrimental effect on someone's, like, financial well-being. Again, according to what I've read, and it seems that the $50K he spent on that animation has had an impact on what he's able to produce for his channel. Thanks to Prime Single. And yeah, that was the same channel, Boy What. Plan Z comes from Boy What. Thanks to Prime PRN. What if he actually paid for the rights to play the song, which is why it's so expensive? I don't know. So apparently the plan was he was going to release that video on another channel, but it just got too softcore porny, and then I guess just started squatting on it and didn't release it until it eventually leaked like it did. But I guess the plan was to try and make something back off it by posting it. So maybe he paid for the license? I don't really know. The whole thing's so confusing to waste that much money on that. Watch Saberspark's last minutes of his video on it. He got info from an anonymous source that confirms everything, that there were no plans to release. Maybe that's true then, yeah. I would trust his sources. He's a membership Christian. I'll watch that later, I guess, if there's more and deeper to it. I haven't decided yet, Buff. You should get into scam baiting? Nope. I tried doing that in RuneScape once and ended up losing my entire bank. Not letting that happen again. It's a prime clock. Ooh, that's awesome, J-Lo. Wishing you the best of luck with it. I don't know what a good plot point would be, but that sounds hype. Thanks, Resub Frosty. Thanks, the membership, Nemesis. And yeah, I saw Nemesis. Oh, I'm sorry, Drew. I don't know what that means, though. I don't want to, like, I don't want to cause a problem. And thanks, Kai. Apparently there are over 400 wild monkeys up in Silver Spring State Park here in Florida. And 25% of them have a strain of herpes fatal to humans. Really? What? Okay, don't panic. It's extremely, extremely rare for herpes B to spread from a monkey to a human, but when it does, it can be fatal. So it's very, very, very rare. Anyone in Silver Springs State Park, maybe just be wary. Stay on your toes, I guess. Favorite Sleep Token song is Alkaline, and favorite Bad Omen song is Glass Houses. Did you talk to your dad about the jellyfish UFO? No, my dad's been really into pyramids again. Thanks a prime bleep. I went over it again tonight and he immediately started talking about the aliens and the pyramids again. So we're gonna have to do something with that. He wants to say his piece on the pyramids. I'm a fan, Butter. But that's just kind of how Twitter goes in a nutshell for anything. Thanks to Resub Rogue. Thanks to Resub Emmy. The Prime. Lydia. You hear Juice WRLD's ex posted their sex tape on her OnlyFans. Is that real? Thanks for membership, Aaron. I saw that headline from like some random Twitter account and I assumed that was just like a bunch of baloney. If that's true, that's fucking deplorable. Next Red Thread episode is Epstein special. You care about the Tampa game? I'd like the Bucks to win. I just don't see it happening. I know they're up right now, but I don't see it lasting. And I do, yeah. I'm familiar with them. They're decent. Thanks, Ham. I wasn't planning on going to that, Kai. I guess we'll see. You see about the new game, Pokemon. Do you see the new game that looks like Pokemon with weapons? It's Pal World. Early access is in 4 days, and I will be streaming it for sure. I don't think it's going to be good, but I think it'll be fun. I don't have any advice on writing a business plan. I don't know what you're writing it for. What's the business? I wish you luck with it, but I definitely don't have any advice. I hope it goes well, though. Thanks, Seth. And yeah, I played Splatoon. Thanks, Resub Reckless. No, I don't have perfect vision. It's good enough to not need glasses, but it's far from perfect. Thanks, Membership Hunt. We had a lady get herpes from monkeys in Australia, Tasmania, from jumping into the enclosure with them to get coins people threw in. Jesus Christ. And yeah, of course I'm going to stream the Elden Ring DLC when it comes out. Good evening, Blake. Thanks to the resub, Milksy. Why do you wear earbuds and not headphones? I just don't find headphones to be comfy for a long-term thing. I wear them when doing music, but other than that, I just do earbuds. That's super wholesome. Well, thanks, Gio. It was nice to meet you. And thanks to Tier 1 Lotta and the Prime Darth. Just ordered me some Long John Silver. Looking forward to eating it. Hey, God bless. Preemptively get like an ambulance set up so you don't have to wait as long. Appreciate that, Ja? Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's fucking awful. Hey, stay strong and Godspeed. Thanks to Resub Fascinated. I really hope everything looks up. Don't be afraid to reach out for help, Ja. Thanks for the membership. Badman. BoJack Horseman was good from what I watched. I didn't watch the whole thing. I think the Scream franchise is dead. I don't see how they go forward with it. And I like Eminence, and we just finished talking about verbalase. There's the Prime Shade. Do you have a post-apocalyptic plan? Of course not. Nobody does. You may think you do, but you don't. Pumpkin spice ice cream frappe or the IHOP potato pancakes for the rest of your life. IHOP doesn't have potato pancakes. Do you mean Perkins? Because Perkins potato pancakes, I'd happily eat that forever. There's the Prime Dragon. IHOP doesn't have that. What happened to the border around your portrait? I just forgot to turn it on again. Like I deleted this, like I did a fresh install of OBS and it didn't come with that scene in it and I just never bothered to reset it up. There's a membership clockwork. Let me resub Sosa. And the resub Bien. Good luck opening the dispensary. I don't have any advice for that business plan though, but I wish you the best with it. Thanks, the resub Fist. I don't even have anything helpful to say to you, John. I'm just wishing you the absolute best. And that's not... Like, I know it's hard, but it will look up. Just stay at it and God bless. It's a terrible situation. Thanks to Prime Jacoby. Yeah, we talked about verbalase. Again. Thanks to Resub Squirt. The new Halo trailer. Yeah, I know. Season 2's in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We'll know then if it's any good. Which it won't be. Thanks, Resub Louise. Thanks, Cal. Plan on expanding Moist to more games. I don't want to put the cart before the horse or anything, but 2024 for Moist Esports should be insane. We have a lot of ridiculous, like, big things we're working on, and hopefully they all come to fruition. Thanks, Resub BD. And Loco. Is Jack Black confirmed for the Minecraft movie? Because if so, that's fire. I think he'd be great in it. And for sure, Jensen. He's a tier 1 Resh. Have you watched any of the recent Dragon's Dogma 2 footage? Looks so good. Have they released new footage? Last one I saw was like 2 months ago. Oh, 12 days ago. Thanks for the membership, Prescott.
This month's IGN First is Dragon's Dogma 2. All throughout the month of January, we've got brand
Showed
new
off
gameplay,
Trickster class, which
reviews,
looks weird
deep
as
dives,
hell.
Impressions, exciting reveals, and more.
In this, it
We've
says
got
Fighter,
today
Thief,
about 10
Warrior, and
hours of
Sorcerer.
game, so we've got plenty of ground to cover. To kick things off, here's a collection of gameplay clips covering footage of the Fighter, Thief, Warrior, and Sorcerer vocations. Make sure to keep an eye on this space for more Dragon's Dogma 2.
And I have not played it yet, Rod. Which one has the Trickster? There was a video from Capcom themselves that went over the new class. Okay, I want to see that then. Oh, it's right here. So when you say weird as hell, like in a good way or bad way?
Wide variety of playstyles depending on what
Thanks for some,
vocation
Andrew.
you select. Most of these are the kinds of archetypes that you'd expect: melee sword fighter, speedy dagger wielding thief, ranged archer, and spell slinging mage. And some are hybrid vocations like Mystic Spearhand and Magic Archer that combine elements of one vocation with another for a completely new style of play. But what of the Trickster vocation? It was revealed as part of the Dragon's Dogma 2 showcase back in November.
Glad you like
but
Gantz.
little has been shown of this unique class beyond that quick 45-second look and a short description on the Dragon's Dogma 2 website. Fortunately, as part of our visit
Have
to
you watched House of the
Capcom,
Dragon?
we got
Yeah, it
to
was
sit
good.
down
I
and
liked
play
it.
with the Trickster for about an hour. And I can confidently say that this is a style of gameplay unlike anything I've ever seen in an open-world action game.
That's a bold statement. Unlike anything you've ever seen in an open... Okay.
To start, the Trickster is essentially a pacifist. Their chosen weapon, a ceremonial censer, does little to no damage when it's swung at an enemy. Instead, the purpose of attacking is to build up aggro and pull an enemy's attention towards you. To that end, you also have a special ability
Thanks to Prime
called
Godly.
Suffocating Shroud that sends out your smoke in a wide area and draws a large amount of enemy attention towards you. So, the question is, why would you want to get a whole group of enemies swarming on you if you can't actually damage them? Ah, see, that's where the word Trickster comes into play. By using the Trickster's...
Oh, you lead him off a cliff.
Incense, you create a simulacrum, or a clone, for simplicity's sake. that enemies will perceive as the real you. This clone has its own health bar and will disappear if it's killed, but you can also teleport the clone to you while it's still alive with the press of a button. This way, you can basically kite enemies to wherever you want as long as you keep their aggro and keep your clone alive. So, you can maneuver a foe to get an environmental advantage, which is super important because the Trickster shines the brightest when there are cliffs, uneven
Oh wait, that's
surfaces,
actually what you
or
do?
other elements of the environment that can be used to your advantage. The Trickster has two abilities designed around creating surfaces that aren't really there, but appear real to enemies. The first, Tricky Terrace, creates a cloud that can be placed off a ledge that the enemy will perceive as real solid ground. And the second, Elusive Divider, will create a wall of smoke that you can see through, but the enemy cannot. The final piece of this puzzle is the Visitant Aura, a technique that essentially allows you to make an astral projection.
Oh, a naked man.
Move around to scout the landscape for as long as your stamina will allow.
You entice them off the ledge, like a seductress.
So, using Elusive Divider to give yourself some cover while using it in the heat of battle is a good idea. Crucially, you can float off ledges, ascend or descend at will, and even call your clone to wherever your projection currently is. I'm sure you can probably see why that might be useful.
That's so silly.
Tricks together, the real value of the Trickster comes into view. Before getting into a combat encounter, you can create a clone with effigial incense, use Visitant Aura to scout out an area for enemies and look for any sort of environmental hazards, like a cliff for instance, recall your clone.
I feel like it only worked well in a cliff.
Hazard, place a false floor underneath it with Tricky Terrace, then lure enemies close to the clone and use Suffocating Shroud to send all their aggro towards the clone, and then watch with glee as enemies throw themselves.
This is absolutely just a troll class. What the fuck? That feels like it'll never be good, per se, except for gathering aggro, I guess, which could be helpful.
Now, obviously, this is a lot of prep to go through,
Thanks, Prime
and
Clown.
it isn't going to be practical in every single situation, which is why the Trickster is also equipped with some other tricks up their sleeves. First and foremost, they are a support class, relying on and
Oh, okay, they buff.
buffing the strength of their
Okay,
party
so they do more.
so that they can do most of the heavy lifting. One such buff is Aromatic Resurgence, which supercharges your party, making them hit a lot harder. While I was playing
Is this game
for
multiplayer?
reasons, I had to make a mental note.
I don't
not to
remember,
use this
actually.
buff because my pawns would
The
kill
first
all
one
my
wasn't.
foes before
I don't
had
think.
a chance to show off any of the more technical
It wasn't.
tricks of the vocation.
You just had
The
party
most
members you
powerful spell
recruit.
I saw of the Tricksters was Dragon's Delusion, which takes some time to cast, but brings forth an illusion of a dragon that terrifies any enemy that sees it, even large ogres, bringing them down to their knees, giving your pawns ample opportunity to do big damage. Since most of the Trickster's other skills seemed well suited for dealing with small to mid-sized enemies, this was a really nice addition to see as something that could also let them deal with the bigger and badder enemies. The Trickster was not an easy vocation to figure out in just an hour's time. It took me a
Yeah, I
little
wonder
while
what
to
you can
fully
do
grasp the
besides lead
aggro
them off a
system,
cliff. There's gotta be
avoiding
more.
pulling too much aggro and not having a way to get away from the enemies I just attracted, but once it clicked, I found it
Thanks
to
for the 5
be a
gift subs,
uniquely
Ripper. Good to see ya.
satisfying vocation that brought to mind one of the core tenets of Devil May Cry's combat. It's not just about killing every enemy in the room, but how you kill every enemy.
Fair, Eddie.
It's an intentionally underpowered vocation that's designed to encourage creative thinking, to solve difficult combat problems in ways beyond just swinging a weapon or hurling a tornado at it. And it's one that I'm very excited to experiment more with once I've got my hands on the full game. Thanks for watching.
That's an interesting idea for a
This is the beginning
class.
of our IGN first coverage of Dragon's Dogma 2. In case you missed it, make sure to check out our 18 minutes of gameplay covering 4 of the vocations.
Huh. I feel like that's just gonna be so fucking weak, though. Like, it'll only be good in certain environments, and other than that, all you can do is scare them or confuse them, I guess. But I'm interested to see more from that. That's cool. That's definitely unique. Oh, I know the hand pan. You're gonna practice and get good at it. Thanks for resub, Claver. You should play as that class? No, I there's no way. Unless it's like actually super strong, there's no way I'm gonna pick that class for my first playthrough. Not on stream. And maybe Manic. And thanks for that, Crib. Dragon's Dogma 2 available on Steam? I'm sure it will be. You see the Tekken DLC? Someone just said Eddie Gordo was announced, but I thought they were memeing. Is he actually? Wow, I can't believe I did that. Is he actually? It's fucking time, baby. That's my main. That's my boy. People said he wasn't going to be here. I told you. You can't have a Tekken game without Eddie. He's a staple, damn it. Thanks for some Newman, Mamba, and Zombie. Good shit. Wish it wasn't DLC, but is what it is. I'll take it. Any thoughts on all the Rocket League bullshit? It's actually impressive how well Epic Games is handling Rocket League if they're trying to put it in the grave. It's probably the most effective I've seen since Overwatch. Yeah, almost everything they announce for Rocket League is just horrible news. So, like, the season is shorter. They're also not bringing in some of the talent that's been pillars in the community. It's just a disaster top to bottom, removing trading, all of that. Thanks to you, Subcanny. I'm sorry, I didn't see it, Josh. Pegasus getting hacked. I'm his editor and my job's on the line. Well, it won't last long. Is it one of those crypto scam things? Is that what happened? Let me see. Yeah, it looks like he already got the channel back. Oh, no, he hasn't yet. Yeah, it's one of the crypto scammers. Thanks to Resub Raxo. Well, that sucks, but it'll get sorted pretty quickly. Thanks to the membership catalyst. I don't know about that, Daniel. Thanks to Prime Dukin. Tekken 8 tournaments are going to be wild. Yeah, I'm super excited for it. Thanks to Resub Detto. See Soggy Cereal's recent videos. I saw the Airac one finally. You use a controller, fight stick for fighting games. Just controller for me. I just play on pad. Thanks, Resub Binny and Extinct. The Rocket League season starts up next Sunday, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's next Sunday. But Epic has done a horrible job with the scene. It couldn't be worse. Well, I mean, it could be. They could have just outright canceled it. But they kind of have. There's only like 3 people working in the Rocket League esports department now. They gutted everything to cut the cost. Thanks to the gift sub crib and the resub goddess and the prime medal. It's not surprising, Drew. They've been doing that for a while with Disney. Thanks to Prime Drony. But I don't like it. I'd rather it just stay animated. Any update on your Apex boys? Comfortably in Canada for the time being, till we can restart the process to get them to America. The season starts next Sunday as well, so we'll be watch partying Rocket League and Apex. Thanks, Prime Philly. Or no, 2 Sundays from now. Fuck, I don't remember. I think it's 2 Sundays from now. Or maybe it is this. I don't. Soon. Can't remember. No, I already forgot. I'm not sure yet, Kyle. Toss it in an email, Reflect. The immigration system in America is crazy. It is actually unreal. I couldn't believe how awful the process was. I mean, you only ever hear horror stories about it, but I was not expecting it to be that bad. You play Skate 3 again? I just replayed that like 2 years ago. Maybe when Skate 4 finally gets a release date. I've heard people dying before they get the immigration papers. Well, yeah. I believe it. Dying of a fucking headache. Like, it's crazy. It's so needlessly nitpicky on the most ridiculous shit. It's looking for every possible reason to reject you. And I'm not sure how to find locals green. You'd probably have to look on, like, Facebook or something for that. Or maybe, like, Instagram. Cripmac is looking at 5 to 15 years. Why would he do? Wasn't he just about to fuck Adam 22's wife? Is he facing prison time for trying to cuck a man or something? What happened? Oh, Cripmac arrested on gun charges by U.S. Marshals. He's picked up by U.S. Marshals seconds after his charges were dropped by an L.A. County judge. Damn. He's 30? Oh my god. I thought he was like early 40s. Being a felon with possession of a firearm. He's a tier 1 florist. Well, time to call Saul. Yeah, we talked about verbalase animation. Glad you're enjoying some Fortnite. These are 5 gift subs again, River. Would someone get copyright struck for playing AI songs like Neon Tide? They're not AI songs per se. AI is just used in the songs. So, as I understand it, the way Boy What does these is he creates all the music and then he sings the track and then just uses the Plankton AI filter on it. So he basically has AI just touch up his vocals. So I can't imagine it would ever be considered AI-produced music or anything. It is still very much a human that produces it, and AI is used as a tool in it. Yeah, sort of like an auto-tune. Thanks to Prime Donnie. This one's fire, though. Neon Tide is incredible. This one's more metal. Here. I've been singing this ever since I heard it earlier today. Thanks, Reese and Hersky. Such a good chorus. What's really impressive, though, is that AI Plankton can do screams pretty well for the most part. I guess not so much like the actual vocalist voice comes through pretty hard and cuts through the filter, but it's not bad. And again, it's still pretty primitive, but it's not bad. Thanks, Zero. But it's really good. It's really fucking good. I didn't know that there was more than just Glorb and a couple of others that I've watched do it. But then I saw a lot of people talk about Boy, super well produced. Never listened to Windrose? It sounds familiar. And no, like I said, Champ, I don't think I will. I think you covered it perfectly already. And you just have to keep tweeting at them, Champ, till they see it. Yeah, we already talked about verbalase. And thanks, Norb. Cardi dropped? Hey, let me know when he does a crossover with Dankton. Then we'll be talking. Hope the new Cardi's good, though. Zach, did you see Jack Doherty got banned on Kick? I'm so tired of seeing that. He didn't get banned on Kick. He literally got like a 24-hour timeout. It's not him getting banned. That's just not. It's just fucking not how that happens. At all. That little douchebag is not getting banned. He will never get banned from Kick. Does anyone ever get permanently banned from Kick? Has anybody in the entire history of that site been banned permanently? Let me look. I'm curious. Because there's a guy who literally had sex with a prostitute on stream with her kid in the room with him, and he is still not banned. That is a fucking felony. No one gets banned on there, like permanently. Let's see. Actually, 0 results for that. It's only banned Twitch streamers that went to Kick. There's not a single result for a permanently banned Kick streamer from what I can see. Thanks the membership, Wanus. And I'm into some board games. Yeah, that's a Dark Souls experience, Tim. Hope you're enjoying it. There's a tier 1 hemp. Your stream audio is cutting on YouTube? Yeah, it's a YouTube problem. Apparently that happens from time to time. That's the second time that's happened. It's not me, it's a YouTube issue. So just refresh the stream. Because it's not happening on Twitch and it's not happening in OBS, it's just YouTube. You just gotta refresh it. Though I've never heard that happen. Like when I went back to the stream VOD to try and see that part, I didn't hear it. So I don't really know. No, I don't remember that, Candy. Is that a movie or a show? Charlie, how did you overcome insecurity? I didn't. Nobody does. Everyone's insecure in some degree. Just varies from person to person. Thanks to tier 1 hallowed. My cat's wondering if you can go pss, pss, pss. Yeah, hopefully that helped your cat. Yeah, we already talked about all the verbalase stuff. It's the Prime LC. Oh, it was an A24 movie with Nick Cage. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, no, I didn't see it. Is Amazon shutting down Prime subs? Not yet. And I don't think it's going to fully go away. It's just not going to be free anymore. It's going to be some kind of discount, it's my guess. And I'd say give it one more year. I'd say in a year is when that'll happen. I don't think it'll be 2024. I think it'll be a 2025 decision. Mark my words. And get ready for the I told you so victory lap. Ad blocker gang. You just reminded me of something. Anyone using an ad blocker, have you noticed YouTube being almost unusable? Because I use an ad blocker, and YouTube will not load a single video for me anymore. It stutters, it freezes, it stops. Overwhelmingly, yes. So they're artificially doing that, right? They have to be. Because on this account where I have YouTube Premium, it's totally fine. Or if I go incognito, it's totally fine because the ad block is off. And I've talked to a bunch of people, and it's 50-50 on people that use ad block and having an horrible experience and people that are still fine. So I'm thinking what's happening is they're rolling out, like very slowly and subtly, this artificial shitification of this YouTube service if you're using an ad block. So instead of just going whole hog so everyone's experiencing it, it's only certain people, like certain chunks. Yeah, that's actually already been confirmed. Has it? I haven't heard about it. I remember there was like a theory floating around a couple months ago that that might happen, but I didn't think that got confirmed. Oh, wait, yeah. YouTube is on a war against ad blockers. The video platform has been deliberately reducing its site speed for viewers who use ad blocker. The strategy of slowing down the platform started last year and is now reportedly reaching more users. This was reported 22 hours ago. From Ars Technica as well. Yeah, wait, this is actually confirmed. No tinfoil hat conspiracy here. This is the goddamn truth. A video at the top of Reddit post shows what some users are seeing. A video with an ad block on can't load quick enough to keep up with the playback speed, which isn't normal, it's maybe 2x, and has to pause at around 30 seconds. Turning off the ad block immediately improves loading performance, with the white line on YouTube's progress bar showing significantly more buffering runway. Users report that the ad block detection causes strange issues like lag. Yes, it doesn't work sometimes. That makes full screen or comments not work. Or Chrome being unable to load other web pages while YouTube is open. It like tanks the entire performance of your PC if you try and use YouTube with an ad block right now, for me. They're not just fighting ad block, they're actively making non-premium account usage worse. I don't know, because if I just turn off the ad block, it fixes it right away. So I feel like it's just ad block. Obviously trying to push you subtly to get premium, but if you turn off ad block, it fixes it. Thanks, Resub Kinney. And I've tried this with every browser too. When adblock is on, it shitifies the experience on YouTube. When adblock is off, it's fine. I've done this with every browser I can find right now, except Edge, because I'm not even going to bother. But everything I try it on, this happens. But then I was still getting 50-50 responses from friends saying that they don't have a problem when using adblock. Thanks, Lightning. And yeah, definitely. At some point, I'd like to set up like an actual shop for it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Caleb. That's new. So that's why videos keep lagging. Yeah, that is 100% why. If you turn off your adblock right now, I guarantee whatever video you're trying to watch, smooth sailing. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Kenna. Favorite fight was Sukuna vs. Maharaga. And yeah, we talked about that, Mikey. I literally looked this all up and they updated uBlock Origin and fixed it. Well, if you're using uBlock, I guess maybe that fixes it. I don't know. I don't use uBlock. I just use the ad block. And then I use the built-in ad block for the others as well. Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks, Isaiah. And congrats on the job. Maybe that's also the reason for the audio lags during your stream on YouTube. Oh, interesting. Yeah, for everyone that reports the audio lag occasionally on YouTube streams, maybe it is because of the ad block. That is very interesting, because Twitch doesn't have that problem, and it's not an OBS problem, because I can see it on my end. So maybe that is why. Thanks for the resub, Reaver, and yeah, we just watched the Eddie trailer. And the resub. Furianeth. It lags your entire browser if you have a YouTube tab open with ad block. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. It makes the entire fucking computer run worse if you do that. It's crazy. It's craziness. Thanks, resub, Jake. That has to be illegal, right? Am I on crazy pills right now, or is that like actually illegal? Thanks to Prime GLaDOS. Tanking your service to try and push people to a paid version of it or something? There's no way that's allowed. What would that even be called? It's not legal in Europe. Extortion. I don't know about extortion. That might not apply. They own it, they can do what they wish, they believe. Yeah, but you can make an argument that YouTube is somewhat of a monopoly, and by tanking its service like this to try and push you to the premium or whatever, or punish users for trying to use its service in a free capacity, that it's gotta be some kind of violation. Like, there's absolutely some kind of consumer protection for shit like that. I don't know. It feels like there probably is. Thanks for the Prime, Shivani. Apple did it with their phones to push its users to get new phones. And didn't they face a huge issue for that? Because I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, iPhone owners were part of a class action lawsuit against Apple alleging it deliberately slowed down its old iPhones to get people to upgrade to the latest model, and they're finally getting their payout. A judge has cleared the way for the payments to proceed, as reported last week by SiliconValley.com. So they did face repercussions for it. You can't do that, really. Oh, and they're paying out $113 million. That's some big clams. Thanks to the Prime Bean. And the Prime Avco. That's literally nothing to Apple, though. No, but it's still a big settlement. And it still shows that you can't do that. Like, you're not really allowed. Have you heard scientists discovered a 1.5 billion light-year megastructure made of galaxies that's making us rethink what we know about the universe? They're calling it the Big Ring. Sounds like the plot to Halo or something. Let me see. I'll definitely pull this up in a second. Now this seems very interesting. Thanks to Resub Aesthetic. And perhaps Chunk. Thanks to Resub Paradox. And I love Blue Eye Samurai. This isn't the same issue. It goes against obsolescence. A hardware must last 5 years at least in Europe law. Are you talking about for YouTube or for the Apple stuff? Have you had a gooning sesh today, brother? You need Jesus. ASAP. God bless. Good Lord. No gooning for me today. Glad you're enjoying Bloodborne, Nick. Thanks the Prime Fish. Yeah, of course I'll play the Suicide Squad game when it comes out. I'm expecting garbage. I'll be pleasantly surprised if it's anything above trash. Dude turned off the ad blocks and the computer's running 100% better. That's actually insane. I know, it's not a conspiracy. They are actually just doing it. Greedy bastards. Thanks a Prime Corey. Guys, gooning is just jacking off. Oh my god, don't you ever say that again. Not in this dojo. Not in this sanctuary. Gooning is like 10 levels above just jacking off. Watch what you say, mister. Wash your mouth out with some soap. I appreciate the big drop, Hal. Thanks for that. If it's going to tank its own product, I think it's an issue in its own, but once it interferes with other services, it becomes a big legal issue. Good point. And it does, again, like that chatter mentioned, right now, with YouTube open, with an ad block on, it isn't just YouTube that runs like shit. It kind of makes your whole browser a bit buggy. So it seems like it's playing with fire. Thanks for the membership, Faye. And I have not seen that yet. And yes, I watched that video, Derek. There's a membership sticks in tier 1 goose. I think it mostly affects built-in ad blockers on browsers. That's why it tanks browsers so much. Yeah, I think so as well, especially since Chatter mentioned that updating uBlock in particular will fix it. So it sounds like it's mainly for native built-in ad blocks, which would confirm what I tested since I mainly just tested the built-in ad block. Who could even compete with YouTube for video hosting? Oh, we're not having this conversation again. There's not going to be a competitor. There never will be. It's impossible to compete with YouTube. Won't happen. You can have like a niche that runs adjacent to it, I guess, which VidMe used to do for like a year. But you're never going to have a competitor. Don't sleep on Rumble. Rumble is doing very well for itself, but also that is another service that just runs parallel. It's basically VidMe again, but with streaming capabilities. You see Mr. Beast testing out Twitter ad revenue by uploading one of his videos. Yeah, and I saw Elon Musk really fucking celebrating it, yeah. I am curious how it'll do on here with ad rev. I'm going to imagine terrible. I bet the ad rev on Twitter is abominable. He probably would have been better posting it as a TikTok short. Really, Caleb? That's crazy. Thanks for resub, Werewolf. Yeah, we talked about the verbalase 50k softcore porn fanfic thing. Whoops. That sounds about right, Zach. Mr. Beast clearly got paid out hard to get him posting on Twitter. You know that will do nothing with Rev. Probably. I think he probably did receive some kind of compensation on the back end to try it. Or also, but he also could have just done it because it's so easy to do that. He literally just uploads it somewhere else. And he already has the video. So why not rip it? But I can't, like I said, I can't imagine that makes much money at all. Not on Twitter. It did, Brian. 100% did. And I know I heard about Pegasus. I'm sure it'll get resolved soon, though. It sucks, but I'm sure he'll get his account back very soon. You gonna play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Yep. Did you hear about the UK woman who's being investigated by police because someone found her Skyrim porn mods? Huh? Don't see anything about that. You fall for a fake headline or something? Oh, it's a Twitter thread. Police have seized my wife's laptop after one of her friends discovered and reported my wife's modded version of Skyrim. So it's a thread on Reddit. This could be a bunch of baloney, or it could be real. There's no news articles on it or anything. But yeah, I see what you found. My wife left her laptop at a party at a friend's house. One of her friends apparently booted up Skyrim and discovered that my wife has installed quite a few not suitable for work mods on it. This includes non-human enemies such as wolves attempting to non-consensually mate with the player. This feels like it's probably made up. Why would she bring her laptop to a friend's party, and then why would one of her friends not only open her laptop, somehow know her password, but then also boot up Skyrim? I haven't watched Freerun yet. There is mods like this. Oh, I have no doubt there's mods like this, but this doesn't make any sense. This series of events. Additionally, the friend who found the Skyrim wolf stuff has been posting about it on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and emailing my wife's employer, who he doesn't seem to realize is actually another relative who doesn't give a shit. Is there any action that can be taken against this individual? This seems very hard to believe. Thanks, Resub Yannikin. UK porn laws can get her charged, that's why. I know about the UK porn laws and shit. It'd be like their bestiality thing. But this still feels very unlikely to be real. Thanks, Resub Delhi. Hey, thanks, Denver. It was nice to meet you. And sometimes, FD. Booting up Skyrim and reporting on mods is crazy. That's another thing. Booting up Skyrim and then somehow getting to the point where a werewolf just fucks you. Like, that's not something that's going to happen off rip. But again, to do that at a party, it just... He'd have to know her password, because I'm assuming she had one. And then he'd have to, for some reason, decide to go on Skyrim, and then also decide for some reason to find a werewolf to fuck. Like, it's so unlikely. Laptop was for music. I've seen like 3 people say that. That still doesn't make any sense. So the laptop's for music, she leaves it at the friend's house, and then for some reason the friend opens up that laptop, somehow gets access to it, and then decides to boot up Skyrim, find a werewolf, and fuck it, and then report her for it? I think they mean the laptop was playing music at the party. So that makes it even less likely. So the laptop was actively playing music at the party, and this maniac goes to the music center, like the fucking hub of all the jams, which is crucial for parties, and says, "No more of this, we're playing Skyrim," opens it up, and fucks a werewolf? That makes it even less likely. This man will be getting booed. Thoughts on Fortnite adding skin trading next season? They're adding skin trading next season, or is that just a idea that's floating around? Because that'd be huge for Fortnite. That would go crazy in that game. What do you think the next Elder Scrolls game is going to be about? I have no idea. I couldn't even venture a guess. She also would have had to open up He also would have had to open up SKSE to launch it with mods instead of the Skyrim executable from Steam. Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'd have to go to the manager. Thanks to Resub Drake. The membership Bluefoot. That's a really good point. So I think that is a 100% baloney. I'll go ahead and put that stamp on there as false. I would have been down if he kept it on the menu screen with the theme playing, but I'd start asking questions when I start hearing werewolf huffing. Yeah, fair. That'd be a crazy thing over the speakers. Thanks for membership, Evan. Yeah, we're gonna do Power World early access when it comes out in like 4 days. Thanks for the membership, Gator. You hear about the man suing 27 women because they left a bad review on Facebook from dating him? Is that something that happens in the modern day and age? You leave reviews on your date? Chicago man sues 27 women over negative reviews in Facebook group, calling him clingy and a ghoster. Hey, we can spin this in a positive way. He had 27 dates. Good for him. Well, let me find a different source. This one's going to make me fucking pay for access to it. That's incredible. Okay, here we go. Thanks, Resub Sam. A Chicago man has taken out a defamation lawsuit against 27 women. One man and multiple social media platforms are finding negative posts of... What? One man and multiple social media platforms. Oh, man, my brain had a full-blown glitch there. He's suing 27 women, one man and multiple social media platforms after finding negative posts about him on the Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook group. So he's suing 27 women, one man, and social media platforms. Got it. According to WXYZ ABC Chicago, 31-year-old Nico D'Ambrosio is suing up to 30 women for sharing negative dating reviews on Facebook group Are We Dating the Same Guy? He claims that the negative reviews started in November and these people made false and defamatory statements about him. The lawsuit included screenshots from the Facebook group describing Nico as very clingy, very fast, and claiming that he flaunted money very awkwardly and kept talking about how I don't want to see his bad side. Oh my god, he hit him with the Hulk. You won't like me when I'm angry. D'Ambrosio is not happy about how he is portrayed and is asking for $75,000 in damages. So if you're oh, that's the end of it. How do you calculate damages from a private Facebook group? What damages did he suffer? Check out the screenshots. Where are they at? Are they in the Fox News one? Because I'm not paying for that. That was the only other like official source here. Oh no, here's one from today. Oh, that's huge, Arrow. That would be that one would go hard. No screenshots here. I want to see them. Where are they? On the New York Post one. Okay. There's a membership, Chess. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Chess. That's awful. Stay strong. We met organically in Chicago 2.5 months ago. Very clingy, very fast. Okay, that's what we just read. He came to see me yesterday and I explained, I think is what that is. After I blocked his number, he texted me on another one, which is the other text screenshot. Fuck. It's too small to read. Damn it. He alleges the women later took to Facebook group to spread lies about him, including that he got clingy fast. Yeah. He alleges the women initially shared the post under her real name, but deleted and reposted anonymously after his lawyers made contact last month. You're not even allowed to just say it was a bad date. You can't just tell other people you had a bad date. I mean, it's just a fucking Facebook group. Thanks to Reset Metal. This guy is so weak. Thanks to Resub Hope in the Prime Boink. I matched with him a month or so ago, but convo never went anywhere. I went out with him a few times just over a year ago. He told me what I wanted to hear until I slept with him, and then he ghosted. I'd steer clear. He's been posted here before. The poster said he sent her a slew of texts calling her names because she didn't want to spend the night with him. I just searched, and this was on November 2nd, so take a look. They got the APB out on this guy. Thanks to Prime Skies. That's super sweet. Well, thanks, Bass. He's seeking... Oh, he's seeking 70... Wait, is he seeking 75,000 or 75 million? In damages because he's the victim of defamation, doxing, privacy invasion, according to the suit. Is it 75K or 75 million? What does he want? Either one's very unreasonable, but I'm super curious what he's got his sights set on. Thanks, Renegade. And thanks to Resub Man. The defendants broadcast their outrageous, cruel, and malicious lies about the plaintiff with knowledge that the statements were false or with reckless disregard as whether or not they were true. This wrongful conduct is so outrageous in character and so extreme in degree that is beyond all possible bounds of decency. It is to be regarded as atrocious and utterly intolerable in a civilized community. Brother, this is like the most lukewarm ratings ever. Like, hey, the combo didn't go anywhere. Hey, he ghosted me after I slept with him. Just maybe avoid him. Like, what the fuck? They're not even being vicious or anything. They're just like, this was my experience. I didn't really like it. And he's like, no! No! My pussy is ruined! But hey, 75 million. That could be a huge payday. Oh, thanks for the big 10 gifted members, Gator. Appreciate that. There's a tier 1 Kraken. I wonder if he'd sue me. I haven't been on a date with Mr. Nick D'Ambrosio, but I will say, he seems like a very insecure, sensitive little bitch and a coward. I'd urge any Chicago women to probably steer clear of him as well. I wonder if I can get added to that suit. Thanks to gift sub waffle. Bro wants to prove in court that he's not cringe. It's too bad, I already know better. You have been firmly judged as cringe. No chance of parole. That was a $50,000 statement. Oh, I appreciate it. Well, thank you, Ruben. And I hope you have a great night. Thanks to Tier 1 Audio Works. Low-key just advertising his Riz. Yeah, his lawsuit Riz. Pretty cool. Yeah, we went over the new evidence in the DB Cooper case. It was pretty interesting. And yeah, we talked about that, Jason. Someone already has Champster and did a good job of it. Thanks to the membership, Hoagie. And thanks, JC. And the resub, Peyton. Should you play Skyrim? Sure. Hold on, though. I gotta take a tinkle real quick. Give me 1 second. No, I don't know who that is, Ross. Be right back. Man, if you guys could have just been a fly on the wall for that P session right there, that was unreal. What a performance. I don't know what the score to the Bucks or Eagles game is right now, but that is the best athletic show you're going to get all night. Thanks to the Prime, Amber. Lords of the Fallen I thought was absolutely horrible. Didn't finish it. Okay, glad you're also a Skechers fan. Thanks to Resub Chicken. Thanks, Erica. What's the furthest you've stood from the toilet while peeing? I don't know what my PB is, but every morning I usually stand like on the opposite side of the bathroom for it, so I go like back against the wall. It's like a great way to start the day. It's a very small bathroom, so it's not far or anything. It's maybe like a foot. But it's always fun. Thanks to Prime, Leolo. Thanks to Membership Tundra. Your floor is dirty. No, it's not. I, of course, scoot closer the less intense my stream gets. It's just like a little morning exercise. I don't have pee all over the floor, man. My floor is spotless. There's a resub Saru. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Turtle. I'm wishing you a speedy recovery. Check out the big ring. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I have that pulled up over here, but forgot to bring it up. We'll go to the official source for it here. Hey, congrats on getting into med school, Ian. That's awesome. Thanks for resub, Kitty. Wishing you the best with that, Ian. Discovery of the second ultra-large structure in distant space further challenges our understanding of the universe. The big ring in the sky is 9.2 billion light years from Earth. It has a diameter of about 1.3 billion light years and a circumference of about 4 billion light years. If we could step outside and see it directly, the diameter of the big ring would need about 15 full moons to cover it. The scope of the universe is just wild. There's a tier 1 rubber. It's the second ultra-large structure discovered by University of Central Lancashire. By a single student. Student Alexia Lopez, who 2 years ago also discovered the giant arc in the sky. Remarkably, the big ring and giant arc, which is 3.3 billion light years across, are in the same cosmological neighborhood. They're seen at the same distance at the same cosmic time, and are only 12 degrees apart in the sky. Neither of these two ultra-large structures is easy to explain in our current understanding of the universe, and their ultra-large sizes, distinctive shapes, and cosmological proximity must surely be telling us something important, but what exactly? Thanks to the Prime Yi and the resub Adge. There's this dude that keeps popping up in my YouTube recommended called GM Milk City, GM Piss City, and GM Poo City, where he just spawns a lot of pee, poop, and milk in Gmod, and then the video ends. You complaining to me or something? Because that sounds fire. YouTube knows you well. There's a Prime Binny and the anonymous gift sub. The resub step, bro. Space is always so fucking fascinating. I don't know what it's trying to tell us with this ultra-large structure here, but I hope it's a really cool message. Doing alright, Colt. Hope you're doing well. I like the series a lot, Josh. Thanks for membership. Sebron and the resub HL2. And the membership William and Sebron again. Yeah, that was a terrible situation, Wyatt. Thanks for resub Pamp. Can I add a jump scare button? Why would I do that? Thanks for membership. Cinem. And the resub Dishonest. How many push-ups can I do? Depends on like what time frame. In a single set or how long? No, I'm not playing Mario Party 4. Still in Fishman Island arc. In a single set. I don't remember if I did that on stream during the push-up stream or not, but I did it for the Apex. When the Apex boys were here, we did a little competition, just doing a bunch of different things like beer pong and then lifting. And it came down to a tiebreaker of push-ups, and I think I did 44 perfect form push-ups and then stopped because I wasn't trying to just lap them. I think if I really pushed, I could maybe get 60 perfect form in a set. But I'd need to be fresh. Thanks to Prime Banana. Thanks to Phoenix. Yeah, Apex team is in Canada right now, unfortunately, because U.S. immigration wouldn't let them here. Haven't seen Saltburn. Thanks to Tier 1 Sunflower. NHL teams have to do the same sometime. That's crazy. I appreciate it. Well, thanks, Doge. I hope the bad spot's behind you soon. Thanks, Reese Colson. Oh, the Oprah giveaway compilations. I remember those from back in the day, yeah. And yeah, we were just talking about Boy What a little bit ago. Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Misty. I have not played RoboQuest. I've heard of it, though. I do know about it. Thanks to the resub shock. What are the odds of there being a moist Call of Duty team? 0%. Actually, 0%. Even if I was a multi-billionaire, 0%. That shit is a scam. Thanks to resub duck. You have to pay like 20 million just to be in the league, and then you still have to pay as an organizer to run your tournaments. It's a scam. Have you heard of the Flanen Isle disappearance? No, what the fuck is that? And I did hear about that, Moon. About Vanguard going to a league. Jesus, Gator, thank you for the 20 gift subs, man. Thanks for Tier 1 Slash. Thank you for the generosity, Gator. And the Prime Saggy. Probably because they all watched that video, champ, and it was already done super well, would be my guess, but I'm not sure. I just don't know what more there could be said about it. Oh yeah, we were already talking about the YouTube the YouTube performance with Adblock being trash on purpose. And what do you mean, Breezy? What Riz? I never felt bothered by being unpopular until I started experimenting with social media. Yeah, that'll do it to you. Social media is a little parasite that gets inside you. Designed to just make you feel bad 100% of the time. There's nothing I can do to help him out, but I do know his channel will get returned to him soon. I know Pegasus got the crypto hack. It'll get fixed soon. That usually only lasts like an hour, 2 hours tops. So I'm sure it'll get fixed soon. It sucks, but I'm confident he'll get it back quickly. Is red meat unhealthy? Yeah, but then again, everything is, so it's just a matter of eating what you want in moderation overall. There's a lot of benefits to red meat too, but yeah, there is plenty of drawbacks as well. But everything in life is unhealthy, is what I've learned. Talked about this a little bit ago, but my mind was blown when I learned that the #1 leading cause of throat cancer is oral sex. So eating pussy, sucking dick, Both of those are huge causes for throat cancer. And I don't even understand why. But everything is unhealthy. Please play Underground Blossom. What's that? It's a point-and-click puzzle game. I'm not a big point-and-click guy. And yeah, we talked about verbalase. Risa Mukau. Invest in water. Yeah. Water only. Nothing is safe. I mentioned this before too. Broccoli is apparently a known carcinogen. So like one of the superstar S tier vegetables that always gets preached about being super healthy is actually to a certain degree unhealthy. Literally everything in the world is somehow. Can't water be as well? Water will never be unhealthy. It's just there's something called water intoxication, where if you drink too much water too quickly, you dilute all the sodium in your cells and you can die. I think that's how it works. But yeah, you can die from drinking too much water too quickly, but it's an absurd amount. An absurd amount of water. It doesn't happen often. I'm sorry to hear that, Johnny. Yeah, when I do the giveaway, just make sure to let me know then. It was 3 lighthouse keepers that disappeared. There's a bunch of conspiracies for the Flannan Island or Flannan Isle. Nice membership, Tuda. Reminds me of that water drinking contest where a woman died. Yep. There was also an incident with a frat where they were doing some kind of competition who could drink the most water. The guy who won, I guess, died. Toss that to me on Twitter, dog. I'll check it out. What is actually healthy to eat? Anything in moderation, really. You're never going to get something that's perfect. There's no such thing, really. There's obviously foods that are better than others, but use common sense. When it comes to like meats, I think poultry is the champion there when it comes to like the healthiest meat you can consume, or maybe like salmon, probably. But even that has like trace mercury in it and shit, so you can't eat salmon all the time or else it becomes unhealthy. So probably sticking with poultry. Yeah, we talked about Gideon. I think it's always admirable when someone does what Gideon does. And I'm wishing him nothing but the best. Thanks to resub Wallop you. Hey Syriax, hope you're doing well. Just saw ya. And yeah, I read Berserk. Oh, Wendigoon made a video about the lighthouse thing? Oh, okay. Well, that makes it easy to look up then. Can't you die from just eating seafood? Only if you, like, really go hog wild with it. Eggo waffles are radioactive. So are bananas. It's very small radiation. There's tons of food that is radioactive. In fact, a lot of food that is grown in the ground is radioactive because it is fucking grown from the ground, which has trace radiation in it. That's not even alarming. There's so much shit that's radioactive. Probably Damien. Don't you get more radiation from the sun? Yep. You do. It's called background radiation that you get from just living your life. Your day-to-day life. You will always get some level of radiation. Veritasium made a great video going over radiation in general. It wasn't like the focus of the video per se. It was going over like the most radioactive shit in the world. But he did a very informative video on just how prevalent radiation is in things you would never expect. Thanks for membership, Magic. Hey, and congrats for the 2 weeks off cigarettes. That's huge. I haven't seen the new one yet, Mello. Bucks just scored. They're up 25-9. Hey, leave it to the Bucks to blow it, though. I still don't think they win. We'll see. I'd like if they did, though. I'd be happy. I don't see it, though. Well, that's sweet. Well, thanks, Kurz. I don't know if that's still up, but we're going to bring it back at some point. You ever been to Massachusetts? Nope. I did not. Yeah, I just pulled up Neon Tide by Boy What. I think it's a great song. Mass water intake mainly seen in psychogenic polydysplasia. Wait, did I read that correctly? Psychogenic polydipsia. I don't know what that is, Christine. Thanks for Prime Laughter. The NFL turning into the WWE these days? Are you talking about with all the rules they make to try and protect the players? I see a huge debate about that on Twitter all the time. Making it soft, as they say, and all that. No scripted and bad refs. Oh. The bad refs, 100%. Scripted, don't think so, but the refs are atrocious. I think the refs have absolutely gotten worse over the years. I think that's not a conspiracy. I think they've really gotten worse. Not just in the NFL, though, but in the NBA, too. I think the refs have legitimately gotten worse. Thanks to Prime Draven. You seen First Person Life on YouTube? I have not. Thanks to Resub Tyron. Hope you're having a good 2024 so far, Noah. Thanks for resub plugged. That'd be huge, Matthew. I'm saving my manga virginity for Berserk. What are you waiting for then? Start. Thanks to Prime Grunk. I didn't see the Beekeeper movie. Thanks to Prime Viagra. The refs make it seem scripted, though. Did you see the 23 free throws in the fourth quarter? For which game? There's a Prime Caleb. Free throws are making me tight, though. I'll tell you right now. I'm getting real fucking tired of just how many free throws some of the superstars are taking. It's getting ridiculous. It was the Lakers Raptors with the 23 free throws in the fourth. Jesus. Charlie, is Tampa a good school? University of Tampa was a good school. I liked it, but it was bad for anything that's not just like STEM. So when I first went there for digital arts, it was terrible. I don't know if they've improved the program or whatever. I know they've changed that university a lot, but that program was so bad. I eventually switched to human science, exercise, physiology, concentration. That was better, but I think for anything outside of STEM, like anything more art related or anything adjacent to that, more creative, it's probably not going to be best for you. Thanks to Tier 1 Rack. But if you want to talk about like the social aspect of it, that was pretty good, except the university does everything in its power to shut down any type of social interaction like house parties. So a lot of students used to live near the campus in houses off like Cass Street and all that. And what the university used to do is they send the security guards on a golf cart over to those houses and listen for loud music. And if they heard it, they'd go there and they'd write up all the students. There was a group called I'm Schmacked, which back in the day basically was like archaic Nelk. They were the blueprints to Nelk. And I'm Schmacked used to travel to colleges. And they came to University of Tampa. And they filmed one of their I'm Schmacked videos at one of the house parties. I didn't go to this one, but I heard about it. The University of Tampa got so mad that I believe they expelled the owners of that house, as well as like a couple of people like that helped put the house party on that I'm Schmacked filmed. It was brutal. And they didn't do anything wrong. They were just partying outside of the university in their own home. But because I'm Schmacked said it's the University of Tampa episode, the party got associated with the University of Tampa, which they didn't like. They thought it was bad for their public image, so they fucking annihilated the students in there. Oh, it's a channel that does that private. I thought it was like a skit. And yeah, I got my bachelor's in human science. Colleges are so corrupt. Yeah. UT was brutal with cracking down on fun. They hated it. They hated it. I don't know if they've changed their ways on it, but man, I still remember the security guards fucking scooting in sideways down Cass Street, just patrolling, listening for music from anyone having fun. They were also really bad with their college textbook prices. That was absolutely abominable at UT. And they would never buy back the books at anything reasonable, which was a scam. Thanks to resub banks. Oh, I love Chili's. I'm actually a huge fan. Thanks for the 10 gifted members again, Gator. You've been so fucking generous, man. Thank you for that. Officer Buzzkill here to fuck you up. No, I don't even blame the security, because I think the brass at University of Tampa would probably fire any security officer that didn't patrol the neighborhoods on the weekend listening for music. Because the security guards were actually kind of sweet. The ones that I interacted with. I remember one time my roommates, like, stunk up the whole hallway, like, with weed. Like, they went loud. And the officers, like the security officers, went there, knocked on the door and like, listen, don't do this again. Not again. We're going to walk away here, pretend it didn't happen. Do not do it again. And they left. I don't think it's the officers that wanted to just like patrol neighborhoods to shut down parties. I think they were literally forced to, or else they'd face punishment too. UT just for some reason hated party culture. I did not see the speedrun history of getting banned in Club Penguin. And don't you ever say that again, Randall. LJS is it's fraudulent. A Chili's tier list? That's actually not a bad idea. I fucking love Chili's. I'm gonna write that down. I might do that at some point. Hey, no worries at all, dog. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it gets better. And yeah, I've watched Lost Tapes. Did you ever go to a USF party? I went to like 1 or 2 USF parties and was always underwhelmed. I went to a T.I. concert at USF once. That was kind of sad, actually. It was a free concert at USF. Like, the whole atmosphere was cool because they set up a bunch of carnival rides and shit, but T.I. was there performing and pretty much no one was really there listening to T.I. This was already past his heyday. So people just went there to kind of drink and go on carnival rides. Which was, I guess, kind of cool. But I felt bad for TI. Thanks for the membership, Lino. And yeah, of course, I streamed both of those games, start to finish, perp. And not sure yet, no, we'll see. You see that the Arby's customer who was being called a huge baby called you racist for calling them out and disagreeing with their point of view. Oh, he made a response to it? Called me racist for saying he's an asshole? Cool. I mean, that's a great response, I guess. What do you mean I can't harass this fast food employee for nothing and make her life miserable when she did nothing wrong and be a huge asshole and film it? You must be racist. I think it's just trying to milk a situation is what it sounds like. I'm not going to watch the response. I think it's tier 1 sin. Oh, sorry to hear you broke your foot, Jay. Jesus Christ. Well, that makes the trip a lot worse. I'm sorry to hear that. There's the membership Grim. I don't know if I'll play that or not. We'll see. I know it's good. Everyone says it's good. I'm sure I'd like the game, but I don't know if I'll play it, though. And I never saw that fanfic, Vin. Congrats on beating Elden Ring, Assault. Good shit. I'm not sure, Antonio. I'll definitely be watching. I might even try and go. But I don't know who my favorite to win would be. Thanks to Resub Myth. Yeah, we already went over all the verbalase stuff. Hey, Andrew. Yeah, at some point that'd be fun. Buccaneers are up 25-9. Yeah, I hear they're starting the 4th, but they got a whole quarter to blow it. Not today, Michael. I hope the surgery goes well. That's very sweet. I hope you enjoy Godslap as well. Issue 5 comes out pretty soon. Congratulations, Christopher. Thanks for resub Cole. Do you think Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has a chance to not be dead on arrival? Well, not only is it coming out at the worst possible time, but the game, just everything that has ever been shown from it looks bad. Like, not even mid. Like, actual bad. The only thing I've seen that looks cool is movement. Like, the movement in the game looks like it'll be fun, but nothing else.
Taking it vertical. Jetpacks, man.
Is this a leak? The HUD is dog shit. Oh yeah, the UI got clowned on big time. But someone said that that was fabricated and not actually what the UI looks like. I hope the books turned out really great, Pierre. I'm wishing you the best with that.
Metropolis is starting to grow.
It's a nice time of the year.
It is how it looks.
Start of invasion season.
Yeah, it seemed like a bunch of copes saying that it wasn't real. Because, I mean, immediately, this is exactly what the UI screenshot showed. The only thing it's missing is the stuff on the side over here.
You got a care package.
Comes out at the same time as Persona 3, yeah. Well, and it also comes out right after Yakuza, Tekken 8, and right before, God, there's another game that comes out right after it. Final Fantasy VII, thanks. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII.
Take that brute down before he destroys you all.
It just looks like mediocre trash, really. It's such a shame, too. What a waste of talent from the devs. Do any of your tattoos have meaning? Nope. Not a single one. Not real meaning.
I'll mark the next target area. Come on.
See, well, this is exactly what the screenshot on Twitter shows for the UI, so I don't know why they're saying that it's all fake. So much clutter. The only thing that's missing is the damage numbers, which we just saw. Thanks, Resub Manto. Have not seen Beekeeper yet. Oh, well, might be Moonfall type flick. Wait a minute, no, I might have to see it now. Thanks, the tier 1 nut. Thanks, the membership beans. No, I'm not going to stream Persona 3. Why would Rocksteady make a game like this when they had a perfect formula from the Arkham games? I don't know. I feel like maybe pressure to make a live service, since that's been a bit of a gold rush for a little while. Like, oh, just look at this fucking UI. It's just like the fucking screenshot showed. It's awful. It really is bad. And the gameplay looks mediocre at best. The game, oh, voice crack. This game is going to look atrocious on stream. Oh, it's going to destroy the bitrate for sure. There's just so much overstimulation. It's like one of those fake games from a movie where it's just like a lot of shit flying at the screen at once. Mega combo. Ultra death. Holy, it's bad. Yep. It's not good. Thanks, Resub Amped. Thanks, a tier 1 fish meat. Get your credit cards out, fellas. It is live service, so make sure you got that shit on the ready. Thanks for the membership, boom. Hopefully this doesn't kill the studio. Hopefully not. I hope this doesn't end up with like Suicide Squad kill the Rocksteady, because that'd be really upsetting. They're such a great studio. They're making one stinker, most likely stinker here, and I don't think it should be a death sentence for them. Thanks, the resub duck. And the resub bien. We don't want a repeat of Saints Row dev. Oh, no, I know. Yeah. But man, Saints Row was so bad. Thanks, the resub OG. It was so bad. This is going to become the worst selling game. Alright, let's not get carried away, brother. Like, it's not looking good. But it's going to sell just based off it being a superhero IP. Like, it's not gonna bankrupt anybody here. But they might, hopefully they don't. it is possible that they like can the studio like they did with Saints Row, like they did with all Gollum, like they did with oh my god, there was one more that happened last year. I can't remember. But I just don't think Rocksteady deserves that. Thanks, Resub Jack. I've not heard Disturbed's new song. With Forspoken, this Forspoken team. Yeah, thanks. That was the other one. Thanks, the resub Charito. You see what Neil deGrasse Tyson talked about with Moonfall? He said it was the most senseless movie he's ever seen. And he's right. That's what makes Moonfall so special. You remember when game journalists were complaining about Elden Ring's simple UI? Look at this shit. I mean, yeah, but I don't think the game journalists are going to be praising this either. Thanks to Tier 1 Cyber. I also just realized I freeze this on basically the exact same thing that floated around on Twitter. This is actually just what the game UI looks like. You have fucking dialogue, voice modulation thing going on here. I guess this is your quest, your mission here. With this, here's the health of that cannon. Damage numbers when he shoots this thing. A combo meter. Health, shield, XP meter. Your gun, ammo, whatever these meters are. Your special, your other special. Your directional on your mini-map. Your text, and then also your prompts. Like, it's just so much. Your fingerless gloves meter. Yeah, I don't know what that one is. That could be anything. And good point, Hunter. That is going to eclipse a lot of games. Persona 3, I'm sure, is going to be amazing. But I'm probably not going to be streaming it or anything. Thanks to Prime Vlad. That's cute, though, Vin. I'm sure it's at least entertaining. Charles, I just beat Laxia. Hey, congrats. That's not easy. And yeah, I know about the Florida Man games. There's no room left on the screen for stream overlays. Actually, super true though. Did they not even think about streamers? Where's the face cam supposed to go? There's not a single spot except maybe right here, in between the enemies alive and the dialogue when that shit pops up. Unbelievable. Thank you for the 20, Nick. I can definitely check that out. Is that a conspiracy case or a cryptid case? I don't think the Bucks are winning. I still believe the Eagles are going to come back. I want the Bucks to win, but it's hard to put faith in them. Every time I do, I get disappointed, so I'm not falling victim to that again. Voice crack. And I've done that once before, Hernandez. Thanks, Resub Willie. The worst part about this game is every boss fight we've seen looks like garbage 10 years later, and Rocksteady still can't make a single good boss. Hey. Arkham Asylum final boss is fine. I have not played that one, Token. Is there a boss in this gameplay? Oh my god, there's even more clutter on this one. Your combat flare challenge going above your dialogue thing? Jesus. Underneath your missions and your timer? Is there ever a single second in this fucking game that isn't just blasted with info? Yeah, when I do one beast, just make sure to enter. That was without the damage numbers being on screen. So is there a boss fight here? I really want to see one in this.
But I like close range. The insurgents. Rest.
Within
Doesn't look like a boss fight here. Also, what is this? These damage numbers are crazy high. 224,000 damage? What the fuck? That's so much. They show the flash in this.
We too are seeing huge readings. A Goliath of an enemy.
Oh, I did not see that, buddy.
Guys were great. Excuses. Physics dictate.
Oh, here it is. This... Is this the flash? Yeah, this must be the flash fight.
Shoot the flash! I'll be good and winded.
It's charged. Let's see how you like a flask kick.
Happy New Year, Leo.
The tornado sinks us.
This is just the whole fight.
So only the other guy's faster than a speeding bullet.
Well, what does he do? He just stands there and charges?
But I've got some of my own.
So this game is Saints Row. You basically play hide and seek until he stops moving and you shoot him once and then chase 300 more times. Great formula.
Are you okay? Well, you always charge the speed force decoupler. Sorry if this is annoying. Give up now, and you won't get Junior Justice League badges or lobotomies. Haven't decided. Come on, kid. Better to avoid speed force phenomena until you recharged your decoupler.
You're gonna lose more than your thumb when I'm done.
You know one thing I'll never understand? There's no way Rocksteady thinks this is a good game, right? Like, okay, at the very least, there's no way they can think this game's going to be perceived as a good game. So why give access to 26 minutes of footage? It's going to do nothing but hurt them. Because there's probably plenty of people who are on the fence, saw some 26 minutes of gameplay, and they're like, geez, jeepers. Maybe I'll pass. Like, why bother? They could just not show anything and just hope people get it out of curiosity. Pretty much does seem that way, Croc. Thanks for the membership, Iman. Prior to this, Rocksteady was supposedly working on a Superman game and Warner Bros. Montreal on a Batman Beyond game, both set in the Arkham universe. That sounds cool. Thanks for recent pants. Seems like that's not going to happen. I appreciate that. Well, thank you, Boom. You see Jared Leto has a TikTok? Nah, I'm not surprised. The reality is there are people who see that gameplay and think it looks good. Well, no, I know that. I'm not stupid. Even on bad game night, I'll play something that is objectively trash that's just an asset flip, and there's at least 5 or 6 people that are like, what do you mean, Charlie? This actually looks pretty good. Like, unironically. So I have no doubt there's going to be plenty of people that watch that and they're like, whoa! Oh, that's awesome, Axion. Fuck yeah. Thanks to resub Head Snake. And the Prime dropout. When does Rocket League start back up? 2 weeks. And that's what I think about how Epic is handling the Rocket League season. They are doing the best they can to fucking ruin it. Thanks, Resub Dank. I don't know if you could hear my fart on stream or not, but that's what I think of how Epic is handling it. Yeah, I've been to Canada once in 6th grade. You gonna play the new Courage the Cowardly Dog adventure game? Oh, it looks so cool. Yeah. I'm super excited. If this actually comes out, I think it's more of a concept piece. I don't know if he's actually making this a game for everyone to play, but it looks so cool. I love a passionate courage project. It was built in PlayStation Dreams. Oh, was it? Then yeah, it's definitely not necessarily a game that's gonna hit Steam or anything. Kind of reminds me of the old Ed, Edd n Eddy game. I guess a little bit. Thanks to resub scatter. Was this not your favorite TV show? Yeah, no, it is. There's 3 things I'd give 100% to on the moist meter. Breaking Bad, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Minecraft. In their respective fields, I think they are legitimately the best that can be. Or that currently exists, I guess. I think Courage the Cowardly Dog is the best cartoon. And it holds up super well. I was actually just rewatching it like 3 weeks ago. It's still an amazing show. Why Minecraft? Minecraft is a game that can be enjoyed by anyone of any age and any taste. You can do pretty much whatever you want in Minecraft. It's unlimited freedom, and it is the best that can be for that category, pretty much. Like, just today, everyone at the warehouse was playing a Minecraft mod called Prominence, because it's like a fucking full-blown MMO mod in Minecraft. And they're not even big Minecraft fans. It's just a game that offers anything to anyone of any taste, and does it really well. It's also accessible to anyone of any age and any background. It's extremely easy to pick up, play, and know what you're doing. Never heard of that, Guillermo. And the resub Deegan. But yeah, I hope that somehow that game is a playable thing in the future. I'd love to try it. Bucks are up 32-9. If there's time on the clock, there's time for them to blow it. Did you watch Rurouni Kenshin Reboot? I have not. But you did just remind me of something. I didn't know this until I got recommended this video on YouTube. Did you guys know the Rurouni Kenshin author is a real piece of shit? Like a really big, not good weirdo? It made me really upset because I loved Rurouni Kenshin. It's on my shelf right there. I'm trying to remember the name of the... Nobuhiro Watsuki, I believe is who it was. There's a great video on it. Actually, hold on. Did he use Rurouni Kenshin or his name? I think he just used Rurouni Kenshin in the title. Let me see. No, he didn't. He might have used his name. Let me do that. Maybe it comes up with this. It's this one. How the author that sold 72 million ruined his legacy. It's like a nice short breakdown of what exactly the man behind Rurouni Kenshin has done, and it's not good. Thank you, Tier 1, you boy. How are you just finding out about this? I had no idea. I didn't know. Rurouni Kenshin was just this beloved anime that I grew up with. I never thought anything more of it, like in terms of controversy or anything. I never heard anything more about it. They were still making live action Rurouni Kenshin movies and shit that were doing well. I had no idea. Thanks to resub Adesh. And the Prime tape. It was major news on Twitter. Yeah, I must have just missed it. And yeah, I know about the pink sauce lady and her new sauces. Is he a meanie? Oh, he's a pedophile. Thanks to gift sub Siren. Godzilla Minus One was my movie of the year for 2023 Arcane. Yep, we talked about the verbalase 50k commission. Oh, thank you for the 10 gifted members, Kato. Appreciate that. He had so much porn that they thought he was distributing it. Yeah, he had so much child porn. But what made me really upset is that other really respected figures in the industry vouched for him. Even amidst all of that. I can't remember who all vouched for him. I think it was Naruto's author, maybe? Well, let me see. It was pretty upsetting. Even Oda did. Oda did too? Ugh. What a blemish on his legacy. Glad you're enjoying it, Athia. You like Yu Yu Hakusho? Love it. I actually didn't even hate the Yu Yu Hakusho Netflix adaptation. I didn't like a lot of directions they went with it. Narratively, I think it's a fucking disaster, but god damn it, it was kind of fun. It was pretty fun. The action was good. It's just a shame that they didn't get to actually tell the story of Yu Yu Hakusho and had pretty much nothing to do with it. Isn't CP not seen in Japan the same way as other countries? To a certain extent, I see what you're trying to say, but no, this situation's very different. This was bad. Like, even by that different standard of, like, what is child porn when it comes to, like, lollies and all that, this was, like, actual bad. Which is why it was very surprising that really respected figures in the industry vouched for him. Thanks, Kato. Yeah, I was just talking about Boy What for Neon Tide. And I know Plan Z is also a banger. And thanks, Nick. I'm going to be a dad. Congrats, King. Good shit. Huge congrats. Thanks, resub Scour. Two things I heard. Toho is thinking of setting up a Hollywood branch. And also listen to Diggy Hole. I mean, I can check that song out later. And I didn't hear anything about them setting up a Hollywood branch. Kishimoto and Oda had no idea what the dude had on his PC, though. They just looked up to him like most of us did. I heard it was like a full-blown vouch to let him back in the industry. Isn't that what it was about back then? It's been 6 months, well, not 6 months, it's been like maybe 4 or 5 months since I watched this video on it, but I'm pretty sure it was about whether or not to accept them back into the industry. I could be misremembering, though. Let me see. Or the tier 1 storm. Oda's comment on Watsuki for Rurouni Kenshin exhibition. Oda in 2021, or Oda 2021. Watsuki has an amazing personality. People love Rurouni Kenshin probably because of his seriousness towards his fans. Fans fully understand it, which is why they love Watsuki. He would draw manga forever. That doesn't really sound like a... Oh, this was 3 years ago. Oh, here. One Piece fans horrified over Oda's support of Rurouni Kenshin mangaka. But they are referencing a 2021 interview, so maybe they didn't know. Maybe you didn't know. I heard it was like a full-blown vouch after this all came out. Oh, but this... I guess it kind of is. Yeah, I mean, it is still speaking in support of him, but I guess it wasn't like a vouch to let him back. Thanks, Resub Cuddly. Tampa won. I can't fucking believe they actually won. The Rurouni Kenshin author, Michelle. Hey, hope you enjoy Plague Seeker and Godslap, Aussie. Thanks to Tier 1 Infinity. It's not a vouch, but talking positively about a huge confirmed pedo is very, very bad. Yeah, but I guess vouch isn't the right word, but speaking in support of someone like this is... I don't know. I think you can still kind of call it a vouch. He's being a character witness to him. As an Eagles fan, my life is pain. One of the greatest all-time fall-offs in sports. Sorry to hear it. Go Bucks, though. Let's ride. They started 10-1. Oh yeah, I forgot they started 10-1. I know they were sucking major ass leading up to the playoffs, but I did forget they had such a strong start. Reminds me of the guy who had like 5 terabytes of CP on his computer. Talking about Jared from Subway. I'm glad I was wrong too. I'm happy to see the Bucks win. Wait, what? Is this real? In a similar case, the director and creator of Jeepers Creepers is literally a convicted child rapist after having sex with a 12-year-old on the set of his own film, and no one seems to care. Even Francis Ford Coppola praises him. Huh? There's Risa Barkin. What? I'd never heard that. The convicted Hollywood pedophile who won't go away, Victor Salva. He served 15 months in prison in the 80s for raping a 12-year-old. Only 15 months for that, huh? Also had child pornography. What does Victor Salva do now? It says the convicted Hollywood pedophile that won't go away, so what is he still doing? Holy shit, there was a new Jeepers Creepers in 2017? Oh my god, that must have been abominable. It's also the last thing he did is Jeepers Creepers 3. So has he just been laying low since then? I thought they were making another one. Another Jeepers Creepers? Probably lives outside the US. I have no idea. I'm just now learning about this guy. It's the first time I've heard of that. I know Jeepers Creepers, obviously, but I had no idea about his past. No, we're just going over a Roni Kenshin thing and that led to that because someone mentioned it was a similar case. According to his IMDb, he's directing a new movie called The Old Hag Syndrome in pre-production. Thanks to the gift sub Bulletproof. I'm sure it'll be terrible. Thanks to the membership Vernix. Won't be surprised. It was just the tip of the iceberg. Mangaka Kenya Suzuki and Tatsuya Matsuki were also charged with sexual crimes. I'm unfamiliar with what they've made. I had no idea this was so common, I guess. Yeah, we already went over all the verbalase stuff. Tampa wins, face the Lions next. I know, my dad actually just texted me celebrating the Bucks win. I can't fucking believe it. Dad said, just nuts, Bucks beat the Eagles 32-9. Going to divisional playoffs to play Detroit, 3 exclamation points. Unbelievable, 2 exclamation points. I am actually shocked they won. I thought they had no chance, just knowing the Bucks. Oh, here's an actual quote from Francis Ford Coppola regarding Victor Salva. You have to remember, while this was a tragedy, the difference in age between Victor and the boy was very small. Victor was practically a child himself. Victor was 29 at the time, and the child was 12. Listen, guys, look. What are you talking about? Victor was a kid. He was a fucking 29-year-old boy. He didn't know any better. Thanks to Resub Reality. Highly recommend Jujutsu Kaisen. Absolutely. Thanks to Resub Huey. Hey, Emmy. When are you playing No Pixel? Nah, I probably won't. I haven't RP'd in No Pixel in a long, long time. I don't know if I'll dust it off. I don't have a cool character to play. I didn't know that, Rochelle. Who was the author? Thanks to the resub star. And the Prime Fin. I've been watching. I watched Bleach 1000 Year Blood War. I'm excited for part 3. You watched the video of the skid loader at Home Depot hitting various cars? Oh yeah, that was all over Twitter today. Of course I saw that. Anytime anything involving heavy machinery gets in the news, for some reason I get tagged in it all the time now. Mainly because I cover this shit so much because I find it so fascinating. But yeah, of course I saw this. Okay, great. Love that. Big ad. A live action Danny Phantom being greenlit. Let it rip. Maybe it's good. It sounds like it'll be bad, but whatever. And yeah, I have heard of that, Ruby. Thanks to Resub Cow.
Stunning video out of Lincoln. A man in a skid loader smashes into multiple vehicles, including a police cruiser. People inside a Home Depot standing by watched it all unfold as the officer gets out, gun drawn.
Oh, there it is. I got stuck.
The suspect into custody. Tonight, that man has been identified as 36-year-old Samuel Peyrat. Police say he damaged vehicles at the U-stop on 70th.
What was the motivation?
Before moving to the Home Depot on 70th. A man in one of the vehicles did suffer minor injuries. If you have video of this, or if you know anything about why it happened, Lincoln Police.
And the resub too big. But of course I saw that. I see all that skid loading. Or, sorry, all that machinery, so of course I'm going to see the skid loading. Forklift robberies, excavator robberies, heists, chases. I'll never miss them. I'm not sure, Machine. When's the last time you played Rainbow Six? Last year. I hopped on at the beginning of 2023 for a stream, and I dropped a 16 kill stinker. And then I didn't touch it again. I was like, that's probably the best I'm going to ever do. It was just hopped in a ranked game, fucking plopped 16 on their head and said, I'm done. Appreciate it, Tim. Bulk first, then cut. Always. I had no idea, Rochelle. You hear about the Subway customer whose lips went numb after eating a sandwich that had white powder on it? That's just the spicy mayo, baby. There's a new Ed, Edd n Eddy series called Peach Creek. Yeah, I know it. Are you actually lactose intolerant? Slightly. You probably are too, tough guy. Most adults, as you get older, you develop a lactose intolerance unless you're constantly eating dairy. Who told you that myth? That's not a myth, that's super true. That's how it works. You hear about the people in the hot air balloon that... Did you hear about the hot air balloon that crashed and killed people in Arizona? No, fuck. It's awful. I still remember the week I first lost my ability to digest lactose. A moment of silence, I'm sorry. It's awful. I'm actually so upset because every time I eat cheese or milk, I feel like Wario. Yeah, I don't get it that bad. Like, I just get a little bloated. It's never super uncomfortable to the point where I consider stopping. Though I did go like 2 months of dairy and gluten-free just to try it. Like, the first couple weeks I felt like a little bit better, like a marginal benefit, and then it stopped feeling beneficial. It just felt normal. Didn't really change much for me, so now I've kind of stopped. And yeah, we talked about the DB Cooper evidence, the new one. Ever thought of doing keto again? No, I'm not trying to cut or anything, so no. I've actually been trying to put on more weight. Are you watching any anime? Right now, no. Not since Jujutsu Kaisen ended. I am going to watch Solo Leveling, and I am going to watch Free Rent at some point. But I haven't started them yet. Well, hey, at least it worked out, Ark. I tried to get into Evangelion, but never really resonated with me, so I've always dropped it. I've only seen like one of the movies, and I forgot which one. Lactose capsules help digesting dairy. Works for me. I believe it. I'm sure it probably works. Glad to hear it helps. I don't think I'm going to start taking lactose tablets. I'll just grit my teeth when my tummy gets a little irpy. Have you seen Mashal? No. Heard great things though. And yeah, we talked about the Delta pilots doing the speedrun stuff. I want wet ass pussy. Hey, you're off to a great start being in Twitch chat looking for it. That's like the #1 spot you're gonna find it. So just stay on the prowl. Look at the Emmy winners. Oh, were the Emmys tonight? Oh, I appreciate that, Ender. And yep, I always forget that that's a tier there. Emmy winners, the full list. If I don't see Better Call Saul on here, I'm screaming. Best comedy, The Bear. Didn't watch it. Heard good things. I started it. Didn't finish it. Succession. Didn't watch it. Heard good things. Beef. Didn't watch it. Heard good things. Abbott Elementary. Yep. Didn't watch it. Heard good things. Best actor, Jeremy Allen White. So far, I don't know any of this. I mean, I know these actors, but it's all for shows I didn't watch. Just where's Better Call Saul? That was 2023, right? I'm not misremembering. Oh, it was 2022. Wait, no, but it went into 2023. No. It was 2022. Okay, we're fine then. God, time's moving in a weird fashion. Okay. Happy for all the winners. I've watched none of it. Not a single one of those shows on there. Cool. You see the artist who put an $11 million gold cube in Central Park? No. Is it cool? An artist placed a cube made from $11.7 million worth of gold, protected by its own security detail. The German artist Nicolas Castello is, of course, launching a cryptocurrency alongside the physical work. It was 2022, of course he was. Is it still there? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ryan. That's awful. I'm wishing you the best. The Boys Season 4 comes out this year? Yeah, it does, I'm pretty sure. Bro made a gold ice cube and called it art. Well, it was just a cryptocurrency viral marketing campaign, it sounds like. Who gives a fuck? Is it still there, though? Thanks, Prime Spins. Thanks a membership, Roblox. And yes, I do know about it, Bunk. I haven't seen Beekeeper. I wasn't going to, but someone said that it's like Moonfall. So if it's anything Moonfall-esque, I'll watch it. We'll see. Oi. Appreciate it, Jesus. Thanks to Resub Duck. Thoughts on the Buccaneers winning? I'm happy for them. I didn't think they could do it. I counted them out. My dad and I were just joking about them having no chance of winning earlier tonight, and they actually did it. Nice, Guillermo. And no, I still didn't watch that interview yet, Logan. Watch the Emmys, not fun. Better Call Saul was actually nominated for Best Drama. Saul and Kim both got snubbed too, despite being nominated. Wait, why were they nominated then? If the final episode was in 2022, wouldn't that have made it a 2022 nomination? Why would it be for 2023? Good question, Adams. I don't really know too many containers. And yeah, I talked about Boy What earlier, Zero. Oh, I think they specifically set up the seasonal break so the final season, part 1 was 2022 and part 2 was 2023. Well, what the fuck? Then how would Better Call Saul not win anything? That doesn't make any sense. Hey, Vivian. That's crazy. They dick ride Succession so hard. I mean, everyone says it's super good, so I bet it is, but I can't imagine it's better than Better Call Saul. That would blow my goddamn mind. Yeah, go to school, Cole. Wishing you the best. Watching Succession right now in the beginning part alone is better than the beginning of Better Call Saul. That's a crazy fucking claim. What's Succession on? I'll watch it. Is that the real Boy What? Absolutely love your work. Neon Tide is a goddamn masterpiece. And the next new song is music video for Opinions Are Weapons from the EP. It's on Max. Okay, I'm definitely going to watch Succession then with this kind of hype. And then after that, who knows? I've got crazy ideas for songs. We'll see. Keep up the great work though, Boy What? Any news on Godslap or Plague Seeker? Issue 5 of Godslap should be like 2 weeks, should be end of the month, and then issue 1 of Plague Seeker should be end of February. Ooh. Loved your new song. I appreciate that. Glad you like Ghosts. Better Call Saul has been nominated for 59 Emmys and has won 0 times. What a crazy record. They have to be doing it as a meme at that point. Oh, and 59, oh, and 53, you exaggerated. This is much more understandable. That's a huge difference between 59 and 53. That's insulting. How? The show's incredible. Pirate Godslap? If you want to, yeah, go for it. As long as you enjoy it. We looked at the ugliest lawn contest, and Elden Ring for me, Winter. Somehow a worse record than the fucking Pistons. True. Jack in the Box tier list? We don't have that here. Would you tattoo your face? It'd take a lot of convincing. But I could see myself being open to it. If there was like a really good reason for it. Exactly, Sam. I think it's a great show to rewatch. I don't know. I've been on the fence about Beekeeper. I've been hearing a lot about it now, so maybe I'll have to see Beekeeper. Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow. You're going to regret it when you're 60. That's a mindset that I totally understand, but I just can't get behind, because if you live your life worrying about how you're going to feel in fucking 30 years, it's just not worth. God only knows what the future holds. Why would you live your life with the fear of that far into the future? There's no point. Just prevent yourself from doing things that might be worth doing. Fear makes you move faster. I guess it's one way of looking at it. A face tattoo could limit your acting career. I'm already fucked, man. The hand tattoos are always big no-no when it comes to acting. A face tattoo wouldn't make it any worse. I'll have to just be typecast in roles or have makeup for it. Like I said, I'm auditioning for a major production pretty soon. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I get back on the silver screen. With lines. If I get cut again, though, I'm actually going to go ballistic. If I get it, that is. Just wear a glove. Yeah, I could wear a glove, I guess. Thanks, Jake. True, could do that. And thanks for that, Tester. You should definitely have some fear. You ever see the guy who gets the leg lengthening surgery to be an inch taller? They're going to have terrible quality of life in 50 years. Okay. You immediately go to like the most egregious example of throwing caution to the wind. Within reason, man. Obviously doing something that's going to hinder your quality of life in the future, like if I started getting on gear or something right now, would be a terrible idea. I'd like the short-term benefits of looking even like yoked and crazy, but I'd really regret it when my fucking life expectancy gets cut short or I start having health problems, right? So within reason. I don't think it's healthy to be worrying about the future for every decision you make, but there's definitely ones that clearly you need to. A man was banned from sperm banks a few years back. Find that hilarious. The guy who has like 500, 600 kids, yeah. He does it as some kind of weird con. We looked into him once. Thanks to the tier 1 immense and the membership turtle. I haven't started solo leveling yet. The Emmys gave Game of Thrones Season 8 wins over Better Call Saul 2. Oh, God, that's awful. Don't even remind me. God, Game of Thrones Season 8 is so fucking bad, it's crazy. Thoughts on the parallels of current events in Black Ops 2 with 2025 approaching? What parallels? Did Black Ops 2 predict the future? Thanks to the resub lemonade. Thanks for the prime, AJ. Thoughts on the economic state of the world right now, Charlie? Who is that? Is that Jaden Smith asking me right now? Yeah, we talked about the verbalase stuff. No, I only started the bear. I didn't finish it. It was good, though. I just didn't finish it. Thanks for some Kitsu. Would you ever donate sperm? Okay, this is another idea I think we'll never actually do, but it's an idea we tossed around as a joke that I think about from time to time. I don't know if I ever said this on stream. It's a diabolical idea. I want to preface by saying that. We thought it'd be a crazy video if all of us donated sperm, and when you donate sperm, there's like a whole process you have to go through to make sure you're like okay to do that, and that people would choose your sperm and all of it. Like there's a whole bunch of bells and whistles and hoops to jump through for it. You can't just go there and be dumping DNA willy-nilly. But we thought it'd be really fun if we went as a group to do that, and someone uses our sperm. I think you get notified if it gets chosen, like if someone's using your load. And we would make a video checking in on the families that used our sperm in 18 years and see who had the most successful child. To see whose sperm was like the mightiest and produced the best offspring. But it's kind of a fucked up thing to do. But as a concept, it's like, that's kind of fire. Like, no, my kid's actually the best. Look at this. You know, he just graduated high school, straight A's, and he's got a scholarship to USC. It's like, damn, no, my kid's got a crippling heroin addiction. Shit, I'm out of the race. Darn. Like, conceptually, it's a banger. But morally, well, there's a lot of gray area to work with there. Thanks, Arisa. Bestest, bro. It'd be an 18-year-long content investment. And then you meet your child and you have to break the news to him like, look, bud, you were just content. I conceived you on this upload date for this purpose. Thank you for winning me the competition. Thanks for the membership, Goji. The 23andMe would go crazy, though. Hey, that whole thing would go crazy. The winning child gets the ad revenue. Yeah. But just think about, you can make a whole slew of videos out of that. You can make like, you know how people do those time lapses of I took a picture of myself every day for 6 years or whatever? We do a time lapse of like our children from a distance. The parents can keep us updated on their activity. And we have like after 18 years, this beautiful montage of our child growing up. And then we get to see who wins in the end. That's like a whole season's worth of activity. Thanks for the membership, Kaylee. Thanks, Tim. Yours would definitely win. I don't think so. I think if the whole crew gave their semen, and let's say we actually pulled the trigger on this downright evil idea, I think I would probably not win. My genes aren't great. I'm 5'6". I had terrible mentality growing up. Acne out the wazoo. Like, I think my kid would probably not be super happy. I think of our group, Chase would win. Chase is he is a specimen. Chase is like one of the most gifted athletes without ever trying. Anything he does that even remotely resembles athleticism, he crushes. And he is naturally good at everything he does. Literally everything Chase does, he is incredible at. I think Chase would produce a superstar. Yeah, but you're smart. Chase is so much smarter than me. Chase blows me out of the water. Like, out of our group, I'm probably the fucking dumbest too, so I don't have anything working in my favor. I would lose this competition right away. Bro, I'd give birth to like another fucking Jack Doherty. They'd be miserable. I'd be ashamed. Meanwhile, Chase is gonna have like an actual hero, a champion. There's actually a documentary that ran for 50 years and was pretty much this concept. They followed a group of children from elementary school until they were elderly and would check in every 7 years or so. You slowly saw them devolve into druggies over time. Well, that made me really sad. It was like really wholesome until the last sentence. Well, hopefully this wouldn't... hopefully our idea wouldn't go like that. Not that we're ever doing it. But that would be a very sad ending. Oh, that's interesting, Antonio. Oh, actually a huge drop hit reg. Congratulations on the milestone. Good shit, keep it up. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you're enjoying it. If your kid's a speedrunner, do you automatically win? No, absolutely not. Perhaps, Antonio. It was illegal and Dateline covered it. The study that he was referencing, whatever that was. Yeah, I'd never even heard of that. What do you consider an early loss? If we did this? Well, I don't think you'd have an early loss unless the kid dies. Like, I don't think there's a disqualification. Or I guess if they get thrown in jail. Those would be like the only two things that would be an early disqualification, I think. Thanks to Tier 1, Brian. Man, that'd be fucking tragic, though. Imagine we're doing our, like, I don't know, quarterly check-in on our child. And we learn that they've either been jailed for some heinous crime or dead. That'd be the worst fucking update to that video. Like, damn, guys, I lost. My kid shed the mortal coil. How are your kids doing? It'd be fucking terrible. Thanks for the membership, Chase. In Germany, there was a real pilot for a TV show about a sperm race where 12 contestants donate their jizz and see which is the quickest one to reach an egg. The winner would receive a Porsche. That's not bad. That's alright. It's not nearly as crazy or as fucked up as our idea. So that's definitely a better version of it, I guess. That was an idea I pitched at one point, Nick, with the laxative stream. And I did not see that, Joseph. That's too deep into the content pill. You know, it is actually an evil idea, but it's one I think about from time to time. It's like the craziest idea that I think we've ever just joked around about. I appreciate it. Thanks, Linum. Hope you're having a good night. Thanks, Steamboat and Daniel. Make your kids play League all day, leveling accounts, and whenever they get an account to level 30, they get their meal. That's just torture. Ours is more humane than yours. Fucking maniac over here. Jesus Christ. Would you ever want to have kids? I talked about this a little bit on stream. I don't have any plans of that anytime soon. I legitimately think if I had a kid, I'd feel bad. My kid would undoubtedly be short. I don't think somehow my father's tall genes skipped my generation and the next one would get it. So my kid's going to be around my height, 5'6", probably, unless the woman is super tall. So I feel like I'd feel bad for him because it's not easy. Especially with social media, constantly getting picked apart for every small insecurity or weakness you could ever imagine for yourself. And short is like the most commonly accepted one that's still fine. Like no one bats an eye when you're insulting someone for being short. So I feel like the kid would need a very strong chin, and there's just a good chance he wouldn't have it. I don't have strong genes, so I really wouldn't want to wish that upon my own blood, my offspring. Yeah, I know Squadron 42. And thanks, Ralphie. If I ever wanted a kid, I'd probably adopt. There's so many kids without a home right now. There's an overabundance of kids that don't have a home. Nah, I'm sorry to hear that, Linum. Yeah, shit sucks. Thanks, user. Is your mom short or did you get unlucky? My mom's short, my dad's super tall. And I got the height aspect from my mom. Mom's 5'2", dad's 6'5". So I went closer to my mom. I didn't even split the middle. The middle would have been around like 5'8", 5'9". Yeah, sorry to hear that, Noah. Like I said, it just wouldn't be good. Thanks, Ollie. It's sad you think that just get your height. I'm fine with it. I can handle it. But not everyone can. There's a real thing called short man syndrome. Like, legitimately, it is a thing. I'm super used to short jokes and all that kind of stuff, but not everyone is. Again, being short is still like the number one thing that is totally socially acceptable to shit on somebody for. Being short, being bald, those are really the main two. Everything else is like super taboo, like, ooh, like if you start talking about someone's appearance or weight or something, but short and bald are still the safest ones if you're really trying to get to someone. Things resub solid. Oh, and age, I guess. Age too. Oh, nice, yeah. Good idea. I don't know about adopting a 22-year-old, though. Thanks for the membership, Zachary. And no, I've never heard of that, Silas. Thanks to tier 1 Lycerina? Hope I didn't fuck your name up. Didn't really have one. I was just posting like montages mainly. Thanks for resub, Wubby. So I didn't really have a vision for it in the future. Thanks to the resub, Skippo. And thanks, Charlie. Did your dad play sports? Yep. Football. And then got into cars and basically just did cars for his whole life. Well, that's not true. He worked at Tico for a little while, the Tampa Electric Company. Of course I enjoyed it, Flight. It was a lot of fun. You trimmed your hair at all since growing it out? A couple times. Just like dead ends on it. I'm very hyped for Hades too. How much money would you have to be paid to cut your hair off? It'd have to be like a crazy amount, because I really don't want to. It'd have to be an absolutely outrageous amount. That's pretty wild, Larden. Sounds like a deal, Edgar. That'll work. This is such a cute comment. My bestie married a shorter guy because she thought he's funny. I don't think he's funny, but he's pretty cool. Okay, that's fine, I guess. But whatever. I don't know what that's about, but alright. Who's going to the Super Bowl? I'm pulling for the Texans now. Let it rock. Yeah, we talked about the exploding toilet in Duncan. That led to a whole rabbit hole about how often toilets explode. Oof, guess Texans lose. Well, bah humbug to you as well. I'm not cursing them, I'm just saying I'd like to see them there. I used to like the Texans a lot. Back when Andre Johnson was still one of the most underrated receivers in history. It's cool to see them actually be good for once. Andre Johnson never got the respect he deserved. That guy was a legend. Hey, God bless Caleb. Hope it works. You caused the Browns to lose so horrifically, I as a Browns fan blame you. I didn't fucking call. I just said I'd like to see them make it to the Super Bowl and I was rooting for them. It's not my fault that they blew ass. I didn't do that. If the Texans lose after me saying I'd like to see them in the Super Bowl, then we can start talking about a curse. But till then, I'm not worried about it. Plus, I don't own the Texans. If they don't make it, so what? I was just saying to be cool. There's a tier 1 Kendrick. Do you think the Detroit Lions could make it to the Super Bowl? Probably. They play the Bucks next. Sorry to hear they threw a missing. What sports did you play in high school? Basketball and football. I only played football for a semester, though. Basketball I played throughout. Well, until my senior year, actually. That was after my lung collapsed and I just didn't play. Thanks, a resub certified. Resub large boy. I have not played Cult of the Lamb. How'd your lung collapse by random? Yep. Spontaneous pneumothorax. I had it happen 3 times in like a month and a half. What's the worst injury you've ever had? Thanks, Resub Soggy. You're gonna think I'm memeing, but I'm being super serious. I made a whole video on this. I got a urethral swab. And it is probably still to date one of the worst pains I've ever felt. I went to a urologist for just like a general checkup thing. And for some reason he decided to administer a urethral swab. And I had never felt such excruciating agony. There's a Primazir and Tier 1 Zalua. Oh, sweet. Well, thank you, Drew. I'm sorry to hear that. Thanks for your subconvict. That's a crazy idea, Edgar, but alright. Didn't you say you had a wet dream right after the urethral swab, too? It's been so long now, I can't remember if I had a wet dream. I think I did. Because I vaguely do remember coming and it being really bad from it. But I can't remember if I, like, jerked or if I had a wet dream. It's been too long now. Do you know how deep the swab went? No, I looked away. I wasn't gonna watch it. That's not true. I guess I did see it get, like, when it first went in there. And then... then it was too much to bear. I don't think it went, like, super deep. But the thing is, like, he put it in, and then he, like, swishes it around. Just, like, tearing it up to cause maximum damage. And then I was just bleeding for days. I had to call in a prescription for some kind of, like, penile injury thing. And yeah, we talked about that, Zach. The tunnels, we talked about that, Zach. Sounds fucking horrifying. Oh, it was. It was. Why didn't you request a female doctor, or did you not care? From my urologist? What am I that's the creepiest thing ever. Excuse me. Can you please fetch a woman for this? I'd like to show her my package during this examination. Of course I wouldn't fucking do that. No. And I hope you don't do that. These are the tier 1 berry. Excuse me, can you get a nurse to come swab my penis with her mouth? Yeah, that's... I don't... Have you never been to a urologist? It's not like porn, man. You're there for a purpose. Thanks to Resub Clank. Did you ask your doctor why he was spelunking in your junk? No, I went home in pain. I never went back. After he urethral swabbed me, I went to another urologist the next time I needed to go somewhere for it. Anywhere but there. Thanks, Resub Boss. I even looked it up, and this was 7 years ago, mind you, and even at the time, they were like, urethral swabs are obsolete. Nobody does these anymore. If anyone suggests it, you can just decline. No one should be suggesting it. Like, it's so outdated. And yet, this guy annihilated me with it. Yeah, we went over that, Jay. I'm very familiar with the skid loader. Yeah, big ouch. Huge ouch. It was so bad. I don't remember if I said this in the story I made on it 7 years ago. It was so bad that I was afraid of peeing. So what I did is I went to Publix, fucking bloody trousered because my wiener wouldn't stop bleeding, and I bought an entire box of salted pumpkin seeds because it was the highest salt content thing I could find. And I just hammered pumpkin seeds all night so that way I wouldn't pee. Because when I did, it was horrible. Horrible. Bro, you got griefed. No, for sure though. Like again, even 7 years ago, that was obsolete. And the night's all right, Anthony. Did you like it? No. Sounding is not for me. Yeah, I learned that day. That is not my kink. What's wild is I even made a video on this. What did I call it? I think I called it urethral swab 2.0. Yeah. What's wild is only like a year and a half after my initial urethral swab, I ended up going to a different urologist, and they recommended me getting a cystoscopy. I think they were looking for like a kidney stone or something, and a cystoscopy is basically shoving like a long wire with a camera at the end through your urethra to get like a better look at your bladder. So, while I still had like the trauma from this still being like moderately fresh, I then went in there to the cystoscopy, not really knowing that's what it was at the time. And then he's got this like giant apparatus with this cord, and I'm like, oh no, it's happening again. And he just right in my wiener, but it had a steering wheel. So he even had the monitor set up so I could like watch it, and I was like, I'm not gonna really tune into this program that much. I'm gonna be honest with you, Doc. But he had like the steering wheel to like control it while I was inside, and he's just driving my cock as he's looking around internally. And that didn't hurt nearly as bad or bleed nearly as bad as just this urethral swab. And they wasn't even close. This was still so much fucking worse. Bro, what did he even use? It sounds like you make it sound like he was diving around with a sandpaper wrapped fondue fork. It wasn't even like what he used wasn't soft. He used like a hard plastic thing with like a bit of cotton on the end. And then just fucking jamming it all around like he was trying to kill me with it. Yeah, we went over the skid loader thing at Home Depot. Jesus, that's impossible to choose, adventure. He was sim racing inside your penis. Yeah, no, man was straight up fucking multi-track drifting in there. It was a really cool device. Let me see if I can find it. Because it actually was like a steering wheel from the cord. So I was like watching him like, do some of this. It was wild. How do you spell that? There it is. Let me see if I can find it. I definitely can't pull any of this up on stream. But yeah, it was one of these right here. I guess it's not so much a steering wheel per se, because it doesn't have handles on both sides. Well, no, it does. Yeah, no, it does. At least some of them do. So when he was doing this, you operate it like you're operating a steering wheel. Thanks to the Prime, yeah. Resub Daymare. He had the gamer version. That's true. He was probably on the Logitech cystoscopy tube cord. How'd you get over your fear of not peeing? Well, when the pain subsided. Which took days. And yeah, we talked about that, Agent. Appreciate that, Agent. You had a whole episode of Magic School Bus. Yeah. Moral of the story, though, don't get a urethral swab. Wow, I struggle with that word a lot. The cystoscopy wasn't too bad. That was discomfort for a little while. This was misery for days. I don't think many of you are like scratching at your neck ready to set up a urethral swab appointment, but just in case you were. Oh, I bet that's awful, Curzia. You should have asked for your turn in the wheel. I remember at the time, I don't remember who said it, but they said I should ask for the footage to make a video out of it. And I was like, that's kind of a fire idea. Let me take you inside my bladder. Hey, well, have a good night, Drew. Did you leave a bad review for your old urologist? No. I've never left a bad review for anything in my life except for one time when I was in middle school. I left a bad review for an Xbox 360 game I got, and I was so mad I posted on the GameStop website. Left it a bad review. Thanks to the Tin Michigan and the membership agent. What game? What was it called? It was called like Agent Monster Mayhem or something. It was not a popular game at all. All I'm getting is the Saints Row game. What was it called? I think it had Monster in the title. Maybe it was Monster Madness Battle for Suburbia. No, I don't think that was it. Thanks a Prime Bottom text. I don't know. There was something with Monster in the title, I think. Thanks a 2 gift subs, Usador. That would be quite the twist, Curtis. Monster Hunter. No, it wasn't Monster Hunter. I'll just find it. It'll make it so much easier. And we gave Watto away during a charity stream. I'll know it if I see it. It was very cartoonish. It was top down. Yeah, I know the Bucks won. Thanks to the Prime Dynamic and Jello. And Raphael and the resub enemy. Death of Destruction? What is that? No, definitely not this. I remember the box art had like a lot of like characters on it. I think it was a party game for the 360. It was early into the 360 too. It was very early. No, it wasn't Moshi Monsters. Monster Madness? No, this is Battle for Suburbia, like I just said. I don't think it was this. Thanks to Resub Tahir. Was it a Diablo clone? Yeah, it was kind of ARPG-esque, I think. But I think it was a party game. Maybe it was Monster Madness Battle for Suburbia. Let me see.
For the on-screen.
Oh, it was this.
Ah, perfection.
Move by tilting the left stick. Turn.
Yeah, I hated this game. This is the only thing I've ever left a bad review on in my life. Thanks to the resub Syriax. Oh, you got this, Syriax. That's a free fucking W right there. That's easy. Do you think your review is still online, and could you find it? Let's see. I'd know it if I saw it, but I don't think GameStop does reviews on their site anymore. I remember I said... I used profanity, so maybe they deleted it, because I remember I said, like, the game sucked shit, and then went into a little bit more detail on why it sucked shit. Monster Madness isn't even on the GameStop website. There's a Prime D Moist. Happy birthday, Ghost. How is it so bad? I don't know, I just remember hating it. I couldn't even remember the game's name. I don't know what made it so bad, but I really thought it was trash. There's resub Plutasium. Check the Wayback Machine. I don't think the Wayback Machine is going to have my review circa 2009 on Monster Madness Battle for Suburbia. How much of it did you play? Only like 3 or 4 hours. This has a speedrun community. Is it a cool speedrun? Oh, it's a long one. Jesus Christ. And it's active 3 months ago. What do you need, Larden? Speaking of old games, we recently found a new lost video. Lost video info. We found a video titled COD 4 Glitches Outside of Backlot 3 Ways Old School. The video was 51 seconds. Yeah, I remember that one. I even remember what song I used. I used Under the Flood's Witness. You're probably right, VTX. I remember everything about all of my old videos. I don't know if this helps you at all, but yeah, this is the song that was playing in that glitch video you found. What was the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you in high school? There's a tier 1 Twinkie. I never had anything embarrassing happen to me in high school, really. I was just invisible. I guess like the only thing embarrassing is when I broke my wrist at a wiffle ball tournament. But there was also so few people there that it really wasn't embarrassing at all. It was just like this little goofy wiffle ball tournament that they did. Yep, we were talking about Boy What earlier. I love Neon Tide. It's embarrassing to be at a wiffle ball tournament in the first place. Well, it was supposed to be like a students versus teachers and faculty thing. And when I got the hit and was going to first base, one of the kids' dads who was on staff, or he did something with like football. He for some reason posted up like a bouncer and blasted me off first base, and I broke my wrist. So it's probably more embarrassing for that douchebag. I think the Lions will probably win. I don't expect the Bucks to win. I didn't expect them to win tonight, but they pulled it off. I'd say just do both, Braden. You can start on like all of them at the same time. You can simul stream. Have you had that dream that everyone has of being in the final exam of class you didn't remember signing up for? Everyone has school-related dreams that stress lasts a lifetime, like subconsciously. Oh, sweet. Well, thank you for that, Twinkie. I appreciate it. What happened to Hunger Games? Went downhill when they didn't bring me back. And good luck at the PhD program, ghouls. Thanks to Tier 1 JW. And thanks, Usador. And the Prime Rosa. If you're looking for a new speedrun game, check out Crash Twinsanity. Newest record is 1044. They finally found skips for all the long cutscenes. Thanks for resub, Finkel. We looked at this, right? I remember. This has cool tech, I'm pretty sure. 1044 is right in my wheelhouse too, which means I'll probably get like a 20-minute run. Perfect. As long as the tech is cool. And I loved Twinsanity growing up, so that's got nice sentimental value. Thanks to the Prime win. Okay. Best SpongeBob episode. My favorite's Panty Raid, which conveniently has been censored and taken off of the official platforms, which actually makes piracy the best way of watching SpongeBob start to finish, because you get the whole show. Or if you own the physical media. Thanks to the resub sauce. Resub Lucky. So far there's been one glitch. Well, maybe that was a huge glitch that skips most of the game. Kind of the impression I'm getting. So here we go. There's a ton of glitches. Yeah, now we're starting to get somewhere. Okay. A little damage clip. Okay, this is looking quite technical now. Alright, maybe I'll speedrun this. I'll just need to get an emulator for it. Gotta re-download the PS2 emulator. Jesus Christ. I bet that's super precise too. No, I still haven't watched the Cat Williams interview yet.
Victor and Moritz's stronghold.
This does look good though. A lot of good glitches, some good tech. This feels like it's the last level and it's just playing it normally. I don't remember ever beating this game as a kid. Thanks, Arisa Barbie. Thanks, Bozo. Mostly I played this shit at Target. In one of those, like, demo booths they set up. Is he slide canceling? Yeah. It's got movement tech, which is good. This looks like a good speed game. I think I will try this one. Nah, the tech is crazy. It looks like it. Thanks for 5 gifted members, Agent. Appreciate that. I feel like he lost time there. He didn't get the perfect rotation. It seems like forgiving. But maybe it's more precise than I can tell here. This runner's probably just extremely good at it. Thanks to tier 1 Zachary. That's probably some kind of tech as well right here. To shoot faster. Okay. Maybe I'll try speedrun that pretty soon. What's the hardest game you've tried to speedrun? The Hobbit. It's also the best speedrun game. I actually think The Hobbit is the most fun game to run and to watch. It's so good. This video goes over it very well. I always recommend that. Good night, Edgar. You see Lies of P speedruns are sub 1 hour. Yeah, I'm waiting for them to get in the 30s. Mid 30s and I'll start speedrunning Lies of P. Because that one also seems fun. Actually, I think I'm going to go to bed as well. I'm really hungry. So I'm going to get a little snack and go to sleep. Alright everyone, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all the generosity. Hope you all have a great rest of your evening, everybody. Sleep well. See you soon. Night, everybody.